this is a lovely start. Okay. Hopefully my internet stays on. What the fuck? Again, I've just had a pretty frustrating last day or so. Let's see. Just making sure everything's fine. Again, it's fine now. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Again, stream died within the first, like, 30 seconds. Fuck me. Whatever. Yeah, really annoyed. Like, I've had a lot of tech issues today, which has been really annoying. Which I guess we'll probably talk about at some point. I don't even know what we're doing in the game. I mean, it doesn't really matter. What are we doing? Kadara Port. Yeah, I mean, we got a good amount to talk about. We got Survivor South Africa, Australian Survivor, Big Brother, 41 if you want to talk about it. Again, a lot of stuff, but I've been pretty busy the last few days, and to be honest, haven't really been super focused on reality TV outside of when I've been watching it. Yeah, again, very frustrating last few days, or really today, mainly. Again, I alluded to it, but again, had a lot of tech issues. My PCs seem to pretty much crap out on me, which sucks. It sucks because, like, it hasn't completely died. Like, I'm actually on it right now. Like, it works. But it's like, it's not working for things that I need, which is frustrating. And I don't know what the problem is. Like, it's essentially, Word and Excel have both completely crapped on me to where, like, whenever they open empty. I've had, my file, like, whenever I go, like, anything Windows related, just text doesn't show up, and it's really fucking weird. It seems like Premiere and Photoshop run fine, so it's like that should be fine. But then I tried to run Audacity, and that wasn't going well. I don't know. My PC's fucked. I think I might need to buy a new one. I spent like 4 hours today trying to fix it, and did not go particularly well. To where I still don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's workable. Again, like, we're in a time now where obviously we have a lot of videos coming up with all these reviews and player rankings, so hopefully it holds up till we're done with that, but not looking great. But hey, Merge Christian, yeah, again, like, I just feel like Way's edit always felt like she was going home Final 5, Final 6 sort of period of the game. Did not expect it to happen the way that it did. And actually, coming into this episode, I wasn't really expecting Way to go home. I did think this was probably the time for George. But, yeah, I mean, solid episode. I don't know, like, it was a solid episode. I don't know if it's, like, it's definitely not my favorite of the season. But I think a really interesting vote out. I do think, like, a lot of the stuff outside of that was kind of boring to me. Like, I was kind of bored by, like, everything Haley was doing. I was kind of bored by everything Flick was doing. Really, if it wasn't for George and what he did, like, it would have been a pretty boring episode. But yeah, I mean, it's a solid episode. Again, really interesting move there. Because, yeah, like, the move again, like, it's a basic move. It's a move that everyone should be doing. They just don't do it. And, like, it's like Devin and HHH was, like, the first time we actually saw it. But it's like, why? Why did it take that long? Like, I don't get why it took that long. I mean, well, I'm trying to think, like, is there even a time where it would have been... I don't even think there was really a time before that where that move was actually necessary, because obviously it requires someone to have an idol in, like, an end game position. But still, it's like, it's a very obvious move, but it's one that, like, people just don't do for whatever reason. But yeah, great move. It was a fun move though to watch. What do you think of... Yeah, I'm surprised at the edit right now, where it does feel like the show is leaning into a George Haley Final 2, which was never a possibility in my mind until now. I don't know, like, because like I assume by the preview that we got for the episode tomorrow, I'm assuming Flick wins immunity. I just feel like it's so unlikely that we would be seeing George, like Flick going to Kara telling him to flip on George, George going, or Haley going to George telling him to flip on Kara. It's like, I just feel like this wouldn't happen unless Flick won immunity. Yeah, a lot of stuff on live feed. Again, there's a lot to talk about. Yeah, like I feel like 100% Flick wins immunity tomorrow. I feel like it would be very hard for this situation to happen. But I mean, it's got to be George getting voted out, right? I don't know. I mean, like, I felt like that for most of the season, so who knows?
Hey.
But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, like, if it's George Haley final two, I do think Haley probably wins. At this point, it's probably gonna be close. Like, I would think George would get, like, I think Haley gets the votes of like Flick and Danny and we're gonna say no. I don't even remember who else is on the jury. Again, like, I can't even fucking look up my own voting charts because my PC's fucked. But
you can call me
let's look this up. Australian Survivor, Brain versus Braun. Who else is on the jury? Baden probably goes George, but I think he could technically go either way.
So you're a smuggler.
Gerald is I think Gerald probably leans Haley. Laura probably leans Haley, but could go either way. I mean, like, where the fuck are Andrew and Laura go? I guess they would go Haley. Yeah, I mean, I could see voting for George, but again, I don't think Danny or Flick are. Way, probably a Haley vote. I don't know. I do feel like Haley is more likely to win that final two scenario, but a bit all over the place. Hey Bryce, hey Pab Cruz.
I doubt she'll give Ven up easily.
But yeah, live feed stuff for Big Brother. I mean, this week's just, it's insane. I mean, it's like, how did we get to this? Where Tiffany is forced to take Claire out of the game.
There might be another way to get to Ven.
Again, like, pretty sad to see.
I'll talk to the resistance.
Like, Claire going home isn't really, like, again, like, she was going home, like, not that surprising she's going home here, but more so that Tiffany has to do it herself, is the tough thing there. By the way, I have not watched tonight's episode, not that, again, like, I already know what happened, so whatever, but I have not actually watched it for myself just yet. I have heard that Tiffany got a pretty negative edit in it, which is kind of bizarre, because again, like, I mean, because Xavier, like, from my understanding, like, Tiffany got shown as like the villain while Xavier was shown as like the rational one, when it's like kind of the opposite. But whatever. Did you know Lauren O'Connell's brother plays football?
Sam,
I really don't care.
Like,
I really don't.
Miss Kelly served in the Alliance with a nearly spotless
SA was, yeah, pretty boring. Kieran going home. I mean, there was some fun stuff here and there with it, but
altercations with other officers.
Kind of predictable result. Kind of weird. They didn't even try to set up an alternative to Kieran going home. But again, like, it kind of, like, felt right. I felt like Kieran's edit definitely was leading towards this. Definitely not someone that I actually saw as a realistic winner candidate.
Here and here.
Yeah, Tiffany. Tiffany's in a bad spot. It's weird too, because, like, I think this is the first time we're seeing Tiffany. Like, there's a chance Tiffany goes home next week. If, like, something weird, like, let's say Alyssa wins HOH, I think Tiffany could go home, based on how things that play out there, which is really the first time Tiffany's really been in danger the entire season.
What's he to you? And don't lie to me.
So yeah, and, like, obviously she has to get rid of Claire, which is not ideal for her. Mind you, I don't think it changes that much in terms of jury chances. I still think it pretty much stays the same, but
this is bigger than local politics.
it's still not great. It's obviously bad for her game getting rid of Claire. Like 100% she should want Claire at Final 7. So having Claire leave here is not ideal.
Ven should be judged by the resistance.
Yeah, it's do or die for Tyson. I think Tyson's gone. I think, like, at this point, I see it being a final 3 of Anella, Nicole, Chappies wins. And to be fair, that's kind of how I saw it for, like, before this episode too. But I feel even more secure now that I feel like Tyson's like the final opponent for Chappies. And to be fair, like, maybe Tyson wins. Nah, but then again, I mean, I feel like, I feel like Tyson's got to go. Because, like, if Tyson wins Final Immunity, why wouldn't they just vote out Chappies? And again, I feel pretty confident Chappies winning. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like more than likely Chappies wins Final Immunity, and then they just vote out Tyson.
Nice chat.
We'll see, though.
She likes me.
Don't worry.
Chappies might end up being a crazier winner than Tom. Maybe, I mean, not really. I mean, I feel like Tom is still a crazier winner, especially from, because the thing is, like, I think Chappies has always been in the game. Like, as crazy of a figure he is, like, I feel like he is still, it's like the things that they were attacking him for were still based around game, while, and things that he was doing for game, while, like, Tom is just Tom, and, like, he's just genuinely a lunatic.
Working with you has been...
What if Hannah wins HOH? Then Tiffany's fine.
For us both. When you're done, come to Tartarus. First round's on me. I promise.
Like, yeah, who are we at? So, obviously, like, any of the Cookout win HOH outside of Xavier, they are targeting Alyssa. The problem is if Alyssa wins HOH, or if Alyssa wins Veto, then Tiffany could potentially be in danger. But there's also been some talk about targeting Hannah as a backup. Like, Kylan is the main target for the majority of the Cookout, but Hannah has been brought up by Big D and Ozza as a potential backup target.
Like
which is kind of also the first time Hannah's really been in any sort of danger.
The room is clear to enter.
Yeah, this double eviction's going to be interesting, because obviously this is going to happen in double eviction. Like, it's really going to be do or die for Alyssa. Personally, I hope she dies in terms of the game. Where, again, like, at this point, I just want the Cookout Final 6. It's like, what is the season if we don't get Cookout Final 6? I think it's a waste of a season. Like, we really wasted all these players' potentials and them playing so loyal to the Cookout. Just for the Cookout not to get to the Final 6, it just feels like a waste.
So I'm trading one cell for another?
Yeah, I think Tiffany... I think Tiffany had the potential to be an all-time great player, and, like, is still potentially an all-time great player. Like, I think if she wins this season, even from the position that she's in, she is an all-time great player.
The Archon ship. Where is it?
Again, the problem is that she wasn't really able to if she doesn't end up winning, then she wouldn't have been able to fully demonstrate the potential that she has. But again, she did so much great work this season, and it is going to be a travesty
should still be outside the city
if she loses the game. And it's going to be almost purely because she decides to side with the Cookout. Again, because, like, the thing is, like, Tiffany was in such a great position where she could go through she had a lot of different routes she could take. The problem is that the Cookout was one of the harder routes for her, but it's still a route that could potentially lead to a win. Again, if she has Hannah on her side, if she has Ozza on her side, if she has Kylan on her side, like, she could still win. But it's a harder road than it would have been if she had Claire towards the end game, if she had DX towards the end game.
Not really. It's done.
Like, these people that she probably would have taken to the end game if this was a genuine, if she was playing, like, genuinely, like, if she was actually playing to win from the offset. But she isn't. So it's like it's tough because like she, yeah, I mean she is essentially the one that created the power structure in week 2,
Yep, our completely legit
and
business deal
was
went
really
wrong, but
able
that
to like, even though I think Kylan still did a decent amount of work there too, but like Tiffany's the main one to set up the power structure there. She's the one to initially create the concept of the cookout in terms of the strategy they were going to implement, which, to be fair, is a very basic strategy at this point. It's essentially just the brigade strategy of be a secret alliance and have one person that you're attached to, so that the general perception within the house is that you are attached to that person, so that you'll be put on the block against that person in a position where you would have the numbers to get rid of the other person. Again, a very basic strategy, but she's still the one to bring it up to the group, and the one that I think the one that was probably the most integral in executing it. I do think that wait, what am I doing in the game? I do think Tiffany is a fantastic player. It's just it's a shame that she ended up being on a season with the cookout to where she wasn't able to truly play her game. What happened this week in Big Brother? Tiffany won HOH. She put up Alyssa and Xavier as part of the plan of the cookout. Alyssa won the veto, and now she's in a position where she has to put up Claire. And on the feeds today, she did tell Claire that she is finally going to be putting her up. However, did not reveal the cookout, which I still feel weird. Again, like, at this point, just tell her about the cookout. Who cares? I mean, like, for Xavier, I don't understand why he wouldn't want the cookout to be known, because that means that Alyssa is going to be pissed at him. But again, like, if you're Tiffany, like, who gives a shit? Like, just tell Claire about the cookout. Well, whatever. I don't really care about the weapons. Feels pretty hilarious. Wait, it's pretty hilarious that it feels like George had to convince Cara. Yeah, I mean, again, like, this is pretty much the season of Australian Survivors, that Haley and George are essentially the only two truly competent players strategically, and that they're really having to fight hard to get people to do some very basic strategies. Do I think Flick should have revealed that she had the idol before tribal? 100%. Again, like, she pretty much does nothing. Like, with her idol play, she pretty much ends up doing nothing and leaves the opportunity open for George's counter play there. I do think if she revealed that she had an idol, then she probably could have actually gotten George out. Where am I going? Oh, is the thing coming in now? Alright. But because she didn't reveal the idol, then obviously Haley and Wei were more incentivized to vote her out, which made it so that she couldn't get the numbers on her side. Apparently my friend from Florida knows David.
Right, Sam. Show me what we've got.
I've gotten higher on David, I'll be honest. I still don't think David's gonna do well, but I did listen. So since I last streamed, I did listen to the first of the RHAP podcast, the interviews. So it was Brad, Danny, David, Erica, who else was it? Jeannie, and Evie. So I've listened to their interviews now, and I do have more solidified thoughts on them.
Good to know. Let's get out there.
At this point, obviously my cast assessment came out. I forgot I didn't even talk about that. That came out since I last streamed, which is performing fine. It could be better, if I'm being honest, but it's fine. Again, who cares? It's still performing better than the Big Brother cast assessment, so at least there's that. But which, by the way, I did get some new followers from that video. We have I think we got like 7 new followers here on Twitch from the video. I don't see any of those people having shown up here, but still, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Yeah, but my 41 cat assessment is actually number 4, or number 3 out of my last 10 videos, which is not particularly great. It's actually full like 1,400 views behind my player winner ranking was at this point. It's about 300 views behind my Battle of the Seasons video. For a while, it was pretty much doing exactly what my mid-season power ranking was for Big Brother, which is actually pretty bad, again, for its 41 cast assessment. But it has gotten above it. It's about 500 views ahead of that at this point. But again, like in an ideal world, would have performed better, but it is what it is. Again, at the end of the day, it doesn't really affect that much. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. But yeah, something I noticed, though, it does feel like views in general on the channel are pretty low right now. Not just on the 41 cast system, but I mean, like, on pretty much any reality TV video. It's actually really weird. I'm looking at views over the last 48 hours. Number 1's the 41 cast assessment, obviously. Number 2 is the Amazing Race retrospective. Again, kind of obviously, as that's a very recent video. Number 3, top 10 one-time player, Big Brother. Again, recent video. But then, like, after that, actually, I'm looking at it now. Actually, it's gotten better. But either way, after that, though, I mean, you got Assassin's Creed DLC ranking. You got Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series ranking. You got Devil May Cry series ranking. It's a lot of, like, random videos up here. While, like, my season ranking video has only gotten 90 views over the last 2 days, which is pretty low, where, like, we used to consistently get 150 to 200, so I don't know if YouTube's just not promoting my reality TV stuff as much. Something weird too is that my A&W videos have started getting views again, which is like fucking bizarre, but whatever. Yeah, weird viewership recently, but it's fine. What else we got? Yeah, that's what I was with Tiffany. Yeah, again, very impressive. She was able to essentially just crumble Frenchie's power structure. And to be fair, it's Frenchie. In week 1, he did form the slaughterhouse and French kisses, or whatever the fuck that line was called. But again, like, Tiffany was just able to crumble that right away. And like Kyle, again, I do think Kylan played a part, but yeah, I do think a lot of the credit goes to Tiffany there. Again, that is very impressive, like very tough to do. But again, we're talking about Frenchie also, so it's like probably not. I think there's like something there that you can knock her down for, but again, still very impressive for her to do there. Will either Haley or George crack Australian top 10? Probably. I'm trying to think of my top 10. I'm pretty sure both will? Maybe? I feel like those are the only 2 from this season, though. I don't even remember my top 10. Let's, I think Matt Rogers was in it, wasn't it? So it's like, I feel like both of them are better than Matt Rogers. Especially if we're talking about player, not like game, like the game that they like, not the game that they play, but their like potential as a player on any given season. I do feel like both of them are probably on there. Again, my PC is like really shit right now. Oh my god, I can't type either. That's amazing. But yeah, I mean, I think. Like, Haley is probably... Actually, I don't even... Like, Haley's probably the better player than George. But George is, played a more impressive game on this season, I feel like. Matt Rogers 10. Yeah, I feel like they for sure knocked down Matt Rogers. Then, I think 9 was Shawnee. Right? If I'm remembering right? It was... I think that point is kind of tough. Benji was 8. I think maybe I would move Shawnee ahead of Benji at this point, and then knock Benji and Matt off, and put George, maybe George at 10, and Haley, I don't know where Haley goes, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I do think at this point, I think we have a pretty solid... I mean, like, I guess we have some intrigue tomorrow and how that episode's going to play out. but I'll be honest, like, I'm not loving, even though, again, like, we're being shown, like, everything from Haley's perspective. She's, again, like, this mastermind. I'm not like, I felt this the final 5 round was kind of mediocre on her end. I don't know, like, I mean, it's tough. I think with player rankings, it's very tough, because, like, Brooke's at 5, and it's like, I feel like Haley's a better player than Brooke. But I feel like based on the game we've seen so far, it's kind of tough to really say that. So, I don't know. Kind of tough there on exactly where Haley lands, but she's for sure top 10. I think she's for sure for top 10. Really how people are acting about how Xavier's targeting Tiffany. Yeah, I mean, they're like, I don't know what Xavier's doing right now, if I'm being honest. Because Xavier, again, is just acting so fucking bitter over the HOH result. It's actually, like, really, it's hilarious, but also, like, frustrating at the same time. Just how upset he is. Yeah, the Sean is your winner pick. Again, I like the Sean. I don't know, like, to be honest, like, the Sean. Oh no, I haven't listened to the Sean's. Never mind. I was gonna say I listened to his interview, but actually now I think about it, I haven't. What I've seen, I think I've seen his video from Survivor Twitter then, right? Which, yeah, I'm probably higher on the Sean. Like, again, he was number 2 on my, like power rankings coming into the cast assessment. But I'm probably higher on the Sean now than I was then. But I still think Ricard's the pick for me right now. You think Sarah's the most likely to make it to the final tribal? I feel like that. I don't really see that. I feel like Sarah has a lot of early boot potential. But I think realistically, I see Sarah as like a mid-game boot. I see like a lot of Haley Ford in her, and I kind of see that as her trajectory. Now, hey, Ja. Oh yeah, there's Kylan and Tiffany's hookup. I forgot that was a thing. Supposedly they hooked up, which, yeah, they did. Good for them. I really don't have much else to say on that. Nasir, yeah, I like Nasir also. I do worry for Nasir though. I think Nasir has a lot of early game, or early, wait, whatever. It has a lot of potential to be a boot early on. But I would love for him to make it far though. Yeah, he is a massive fan, from what I understand. So I'm too fair. Like, I think most of this cast are fans of the show. Even the ones that are recent fans, someone like Evie seems to have been, like, gotten really, really into it. Which, by the way, I'm definitely higher on Evie than I was at the time. I still worry about the whole, like, pet peeves, men, and all that sort of stuff. But I feel like I'm definitely higher on Evie than I was last time I streamed.
Is a Garav.
Oh, you're getting caught up on Immunity Island. Yeah, that tribal council where War Dog goes home is insane. Like, that's, I'm not even from a game standpoint. Like, it's like, and actually, to be fair, it is from a game standpoint, but it's like the game stuff is like undermined because of the chappies and food stealing and all that stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing in the game, but because, like, if you look at the vote is like kind of insane. Where it is, it's what Chappie's using his what was that called? Tribal Council Pass, whatever. Again, essentially just the safety without power twist. They use that on Anella, which makes like no real sense. Like, it does make sense, like, but it's like not the optimal move in that situation, I don't think. They have Santoni using the idol successfully, and then they get Wardle out. What is going on in the game? Whatever. Like, it is a fun vote, but it's like, not really shown as that, because like they just really focus on the chappies stuff, which is also really fun, and it is something you really don't see on this. I feel like if this was Australian Survivor, they would just like completely shove this under the rug. They would just never show this. But again, to see like the players just openly admit to breaking rules and them discussing that is pretty insane. Let's see.
Yaleon is an elder sibling. The younger sibling is Oleon.
If Xavier, Alyssa win HOH for double, yeah, I could see Tiffany going home. I think too, like I don't think Xavier's gonna try though. From what I understand, Xavier is planning on throwing the HOH, and actually, I believe he's been like talking to other people, trying to get other people to throw the HOH as well. Essentially, trying to get Alyssa to win HOH. It's so fucking weird with Xavier, where he keeps on talking about how, oh, everyone's playing so selfishly. I'm the only one playing for the cookout. When it's like, you're literally right now like playing like, and again, like this could all be game, but like I don't know if it is. And again, if it's game, good on him. But I think he partially believes it. But like now he's like orchestrating this thing to have almost everyone throw the HOH which essentially betters the odds of Alyssa winning HOH, in which again the cookout would need to turn on each other, in a position where he knows that he's personally safe, and in a position where he's in a better position coming to final six. So it's like, again, like I think he's being a bit hypocritical there. Let's see.
That exile camp has a high concentration of registered criminals, Pathfinder.
How are the players on this season of AU? Not good. I mean, we got 2 solid players. We've been it's insane that we're at the final 4 right now, and the only person to not have been formally voted out of the game is George. Like, we're literally at that point, and George is the one that had to be saved by an idol, and got saved by Twist earlier, or at least benefited by Twist early on. So again, what is the season? A lot of people were I feel like a lot of people are picking Ricard, which makes me worry that a lot of people are picking Ricard. I don't typically like to pick someone that is like a favorite, because usually that person doesn't win.
So much hope riding on us.
But I feel really good about Ricard right now. Yeah, Brad's interesting to me. Again, like I listened to his RHAP interview, where I find it hilarious that he was asked like, "What's your favorite moment in Survivor?" and like he just like could barely even come up with a question with an answer. Yeah, Brad's interesting. I don't think I feel worse about Brad. I feel like at this point though than I did at the time I cast assessment.
Area could be viable for an initiative outpost, Pathfinder.
He kind of comes off kind of a bit like he comes off as kind of a doofus in my eyes. Like obviously he's like a 50-year-old guy again. Like he's a rancher and everything, but like I could definitely see him getting the like Ben Winners at War sort of edit.
Charlatan's identity. Sloan may be our only option. The doll could offer insight.
Supposedly Sydney has a boyfriend? Oh no. I'm pretty sure we already knew that, right? Like, didn't we talk about this last stream? Yeah. Rooting for Eric? I'll be honest, like, Eric is one of these people, I have no read on Eric. Outside of the fact that, again, like, he talked about how he wanted to play it slow, which I don't think is a good move for him. Which is kind of why, like, if you pay attention to my cast assessment, I barely said anything about him outside of that. Because, again, like, I didn't really get much of a read from him. And I haven't listened to the RHAP interview at this point. So, yeah. I mean, when I do, I'm sure I'll have more solidified opinions on him. But right now, I just don't have much.
Found it. That's a mess.
The transponder's power source.
Similar to the Maldives Final 6 tribal.
So let's juice it up.
Yeah, I mean, that was what was that? So we had, yeah. I mean, I think I'm pretty sure I went to this tribal in detail before, or at least I feel like I do. I don't. But either way, pretty insane trial where it's like split six people left, 3 people on each side. But one side has 3 advantages that they're able to use to pretty much guarantee that the other side loses.
I enjoy your optimism.
So yeah, you had what was it? Hike? You had Heike have immunity, right? I think Heike had immunity. He gave the Cowrie to Bonnie, which allowed her to nullify a vote, which means again when it's a 3-3 vote, that means that the if they vote for Bonnie, it ends up being a 3-2 vote where they went out. And then Let's-A-Go had an idol. So essentially they all but guaranteed that they won that round, which was a very interesting round. Hey, Carsonia. What else do we got? Eric seems like a fun guy. Again, like I need to watch his interview. I actually I thought he was gonna be a fun guy. Like I thought he was gonna be a fun character, but I don't like. I know people are saying that like people are comparing him to Philip, which is not the vibe I got right away. So I feel like I really need to watch the interview to see what happens there. Do I think Xavier will win if Alyssa wins the double HOH? I think his chances are very high at that point. I don't think it's a for sure guaranteed thing, because I do think Xavier's structure's kind of taking a bit of a hit. Mind you, if he gets up Tiffany in the double, then really the only person left is Hannah. That is a bit. Well, no, it's Kylan. You got Kylan. But Kylan and Hannah are like the 2 people that are his biggest oppositions at that point. But I mean, he can definitely win out at that point. He still has a lot of influence with Big D. Mind you, I do think Kylan probably has more influence, but Kylan's an idiot and he's trying to get rid of Big D. And then you have Azza, who is kind of just all over the place. I don't know what the fuck Azza's doing, where she's talking about she doesn't even want to win anymore and stuff. Where she talks about how like her main purpose in the game is to propel the cookout, and how she's not actually going to try to win the game. Which I don't even know what they can do with that. What is this? I'm assuming. Okay, I'm just going to delete this message that has this link. Because I feel like more than likely that's a bad thing there. Just flock. Whatever. I'm pretty sure that's a bot. If it would block. Okay. Well, let's try this on mobile. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a bot, so whatever. Alright, I might as well get caught up on chat while I'm here. What else do we got? Ricardo's one of your winner candidates to JD. I'll be honest, like I'm not feeling as great about JD at this point either. Silliest nickname from Survivor? I don't even know, actually. I feel like this is one that would actually need the research. I don't like Papa Bear. It's kind of weird. I feel like there's probably some ridiculous ones I'm not even thinking of. But yeah, Chantel, I'm definitely higher on Chantel, I feel like. But yeah, I haven't seen her actual interview, but like her RTP interview, but I have read her Mike Bloom interview, which made me a bit higher on her. Not necessarily higher, but like more so solidified my opinion of her, which was already high. SP is one of the best villains in recent years. I don't know. I don't feel like her edit was it's kind of fine. Like I like SP a lot, but I don't know if I would put her in that same tier there. Oh, yeah, Chicken is definitely a ridiculous one. I feel like Evie will know you. I could definitely see that being a thing. Yeah, just trying to get caught up here. Eric seems more strategically savvy than Coach and Philip. I mean, I would hope so at this point. Like, I feel like anyone that they cast on a modern season of Survivor should be more strategically savvy than the majority of players that have come in the past. Like even someone like a Genie. I feel like Genie is probably more strategically savvy than
Hey, Ryder, pit stop.
you would
Hope you mind stretching my
expect her to
legs.
be. But I'm still not expecting Genie to do that well in the grand scheme of things. But
Get back in.
No? Well, fine.
I just realized, wait, what is this thing saying? Speak to Gil in Tempest Engineering. Oh, I'm not even supposed to be here then, right? Like, I'm supposed to go to the Tempest. Yes, I'm just wasting time. Oh, no. Like, I have no clue I'm doing this game. At this point, I'm kind of like, fuck it, let's just finish this game. Being picked by Frenchie at the beginning was the worst thing. Oh yeah, I haven't talked about this. I have started working on my Big Brother script. So what I was going to do initially in the last few days was going to start editing the Australian Survivor review, but I kind of decided to hold off on that and try to get caught up on Big Brother first on my review. So I was like revisiting my notes from like weeks 1 and 2, and it kind of reminded me just how fucking insane Frenchie was.
I didn't call it.
Did you get like I barely got any work done on that too. Like I'm only up to week 2, but again, like Frenchie's all over that early game.
Tension among Krogan? You don't say.
I wouldn't waste your time with this if it wasn't important. We need
Yeah,
to
Dreams
go.
is kind of ridiculous, but I feel like Chicken's more ridiculous than that. Am I excited for Gotham Knights and Suicide? I mean,
Our priority is the Archon.
kind of to like I'm excited for them in the sense that like I'll probably play them. Like I mean, I don't think they're not my most hyped games for next year. I mean, like Horizon is something I'm definitely way more hyped for at this point. I'm trying to look. I don't even remember what else is coming out next year at this point. I remember there's a lot. I just don't remember exactly what's coming out. But like Gotham Knights is like seems fine. I'm probably more excited for Suicide Squad considering it's a Rocksteady game.
We won't make any rash decisions. Drax just brought a
But
problem
I don't really. Again, we don't really know that much about it at this point, right?
I overheard outlaws on Kadora talking about activity.
Yeah, I feel like for me, my most hyped games moving forward are definitely Horizon, definitely God of War whenever that comes, and by the way, we're getting a PlayStation event this Thursday, which I'm very excited for. It might not turn out to be that great, but I am definitely excited for it. But then you also have a Plague Tale Requiem I'm really excited for. Final Fantasy 16 I'm super excited for, though it's not guaranteed it's coming out next year. Even Forspoken I'm really excited for. I'm scrolling through possible releases. Yeah, I feel like those are like the main ones I'm like super excited for. I think all of those are probably games I'll pick up at launch. But I think with like Gotham Knight and Suicide Squad, those are probably games that I'll play eventually. But like I don't know if those are games that I'll play right away. Yeah, Pokemon Legends. Like I don't own a Switch though. That's the main issue there. If I own a Switch, it would definitely be something I would play. But is this game good?
Anyway, get Keller the nav point for both Eladin and that potential Turian Golden World. We want all our options.
Not the greatest game.
Hey. I didn't say dismiss.
My opinion of it's definitely going down through this playthrough.
Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, Fiji definitely had a lot of nicknames there. I guess Boo is also a weird one. Like, why was Boo named Boo?
Bitcoin channels already, Pathfinder.
Actually, I don't even remember, I don't even remember his real name. Kenward or something weird like that, right? It's like a random name. Speak to Gil in Engineering. Where's that? I don't think that's it. why was Michael called Frosty? I don't know. I mean, Frosty is he's like a big parkour guy, so I'm assuming it came from that. But yeah, Rocky was a nickname. I don't remember what is Rocky's real name, but like he was named Rocky because he looks and sounds like Stallone. James, he's James. That's weird. I don't see him as a James. You always remember Russell had Boo in his top 100 players of all time. I'll be like, I think Boo's an underrated player in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if he's top. He's not top 100. But where am I going? Where's engineering? But I think he's probably an underrated player. But obviously, like Russell had Boo on the list because he's good friends with Boo, and Boo actually got him on Survivor to begin with. So yeah, obviously there's a lot of incentive there.
Got a minute? I'm in the biolab.
Okay. No clue where I'm going. I'm assuming it's not here at this point. Yeah, just trying to see. Watching one of my What If videos. Oh yeah, I've definitely considered doing the international versions of those. Again, the problem with international What If videos is that, again, they just straight up don't perform as well. So because I kind of feel less incentivized to do it, and also it kind of makes it so like I don't feel as confident with putting those on the schedule. But I would definitely like to do those, and I definitely intend on doing those for sure. It's just a matter of when. Which is pretty much the thing with most video ideas. Yeah, definitely one I would want to do. Alexa and Phil were upset with him being on. I mean, like, to be honest, like I wouldn't be like I don't know what placement Boo got. Like I didn't watch those videos, but if he's like at number like 90 through 100, I wouldn't be that upset. Like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world if he's, like, around. I don't know why I just went down. But, like, should he be on there? No. But it's, like, it's not the worst thing. Like, I wouldn't be that upset over it. Let's see.
Here's that Ket transponder. The spy used it to
what event is on Thursday? PlayStation is doing a showcase, which is essentially going to be, it's a 40-minute showcase of their big games, which we've been waiting for a long time, because Sony hasn't done anything recently. They've had, what are they called? I forgot their the Nintendo Direct ripoffs, but they've had those here and there, but they haven't been good. But this is going to be their real show. It's 40 minutes on Thursday. Supposedly they're going to like show what they have to offer, so that will be fun. Hopefully. Again, no, I didn't watch Russell's top 100.
Did you connect the...
You should make a Red Hood movie directed by James Gunn. That'll be fun. Yeah, James Gunn, like anything he does, I'll be interested in watching.
A direct line to people who want to murder everyone on this ship.
Should you tell Russell you should make a video on me? No, you shouldn't. Not at all.
We sure we want to do this?
Which Survivor YouTubers do I watch in my free time? Again, spoiler, I don't watch any. I used to watch Peridium, but I don't watch any at this point. And to me, like. I don't, like, obviously there's like Idled Out, there's Once Upon an Island, there's If Animal, is that his name? I know he does Big Brother stuff, which I believe he follows me on Twitch, which is a weird thing, even though he's never shown up. But yeah, like he's been really, again, like I haven't watched any of his stuff, but his content's really I see that it's gotten a decent amount of views. So good on him. But yeah, I personally don't watch any other videos. The only thing I did watch a couple Peridium videos not too long ago, like when I was working on the finale rankings. I did watch his like Final Tribal Council related videos, but I haven't really followed any other YouTuber too closely there. Troyzen was at 100. I mean, I think Troyzen's a better. Well, actually, is Troyzen a better player than Boo? I don't know. But he's like, Boo, like, from what I understand, Boo doesn't win if he gets to the end, right? Okay, let's move this up. But yeah, like, from what I understand, like, Boo wasn't very well respected out there.
Complicated, Subi.
But again, like, yeah, Fiji's a tough, like, a lot of these, like, mid-school seasons, I feel like it's kind of tough to assess, like, some of the players that don't make it near the end game. Like, like these people, like again, like obviously like Earl and Yao, I feel like you can properly assess their games, but when we're getting to like Boo and Stacy and some of those other people, I feel like it's a bit tougher. South Africa, Panama, final 3. So that would be Jacinda, Vanessa, and MZ. I feel like MZ wins. Like, to be honest, I don't feel like that's that interesting of one. Well, then again, like, I guess we would have to add a jury member, right? Yeah. I don't remember who's. I barely remember the season at this point. Oh yeah, I forgot I can't use my own spreadsheets. Fuck me. Yeah, I talked about this earlier in stream, but my PC is pretty much died out on me in terms of Excel and Word and like some of this other basic programs. My browser still works, and like for some reason Premiere works, but like, and I assume, actually I haven't tried out Photoshop. Hopefully Photoshop works, but just for some reason Word and Excel just don't work anymore, so that's fun. Let's look up South Africa, Panama. Who gets added to the jury there? Is it Danielle or is there someone else? Nico. Oh, Nico. Nico gets added to the jury. I didn't realize Nico was the penultimate. Okay. For some reason, I thought he got voted out earlier. I forgot that Danielle got voted out and like got swapped to the other tribe just to get voted out again. Yeah, so yeah, if we're doing MZ, are we like? Yeah, I guess we would do the. Well, then yeah, MZ got third. Yeah, MZ officially got third. So yeah, it would be MZ, Jacinda, Vanessa. Again, like I think Zane and Bridget go with MZ. Gareth and Lizelle still go to Jacinda. So really, Nico becomes the deciding vote. Which, who knows where the fuck Nico's going. Yeah, Bob was at 70 to 61. That's something. Spoiler, Bob would not be in my top 100. Dude, I think Boo's a better player than Bob. I would wager. Between Bobby John got top 100 too.
I'll be damned. It worked.
But there's something else. That's an initiative ship tethered to it. It's...
What happens if you do it? I mean, nothing, probably.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he did factor in. Which, by the way, if he's factoring character and like how iconic a person is, then Boo should be lower. like Boo got one of the quieter edits on that season, right? I mean, he does have some like fun, like small moments, but like especially like this storyline of him,
It's true.
him getting injured at like almost every opportunity.
Sam, tactical.
Which, but yeah, like yeah, Boo shouldn't have been on in that situation.
What can we do?
I'm working on it. Sam, connect me to the Moshai.
On screen.
Ryder,
Saw a guy who had Andy and Maggie at the bottom of BB.
Than we thought, so I wanted to make sure we
Bob, Mike, and Ben were above Kim,
A large remnant relic depicting Mariki.
and Chris wasn't at the
In
bottom.
his private chamber.
Tommy was low. Again, like I mean, Tommy, I get why people have Tommy low. I just very much disagree. Yeah, let's actually. I kind of want to see this this winner ranking. You haven't seen any SA before Philippines. Again, Champions is worth watching, but it's tough at a point. Like there's just the pacing of Champions is so slow, and I feel like certain portions of the pre-merge can be brutal to watch, but and also there's also some kind of icky stuff at a point, but Endgame is fantastic. Like the merge on is fantastic, not just in how the game plays out, but also in how it's presented. And I mean it's tough because there's like a couple non-elimination episodes where it's not even like a non-elimination episode in terms of Australian Survivor where they go to tribal. There's a twist that stops it. There's literally like they just don't go to tribal, including the premiere. But I think Champions is definitely worth watching. I think Maldives is worth watching. I think Maldives is which is season 4. I think it's an underrated season in the grand scheme of things. I think it's a fun season. Like there's definitely some things that like it's a celebrity versus regular person season. And again, obviously the celebrities are South African celebrities, so there's some weird stuff there, but it's a fun season. I do really enjoy it. It very much feels like a middle school season of Survivor. Like it feels like a season kind of like a Fiji or
who knows what the Archon's capable of.
I don't know, like a Panama or like one of those style of seasons. I think before that it's like Santa Carolina is bizarre because it is a celebrity season. It's entirely a celebrity season.
Whatever you need.
We stole the thumbnail from Peridium.
Now let's make this
Actually, that's kind of funny. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious. Oh, I forgot that YouTube puts ads on anything at this point. Oh, wait, he has 3.7 thousand subscribers? Wait, so this guy that literally stole the thumbnail... This is so weird. Okay, like, what is this, like, why did he steal the thumbnail? Like, it's so bizarre. Like, why even bother stealing the thumb? This is so weird. Like, I'm looking at his channel. It's like, he has, like... like, what is this? Okay, this is just weird. I'm too fair. He does, like, similar content to what I would do. In terms of, like, the topics he covers. Obviously, it seems like he focuses a lot more on film and gaming. But, like, a lot of these topics that... he covers are things that I would probably want to cover at some point. But actually, he did Survivor Who Would I Vote For video. Yeah, why the fuck is he stealing a thumbnail from Peridium? It's so weird. But yeah, let's see. What does he have? Okay, it's just him talking the entire time. Yeah, so he doesn't have a thing that makes it easy see the ranking, but either way, like, this is bizarre. Like, this is just kind of funny to me. That a guy this many subscribers is, like, still stealing stuff from, like literally stealing like stuff from other people. Again, like, obviously, like, I get images from, like, CBS and, like, all that sort of stuff, and, like, I've gotten stuff from Inside Survivor in terms of but, like, I've never, like, used as a thumbnail, which is also really fucking weird. Yeah, I'm looking at his most viewed video is top 10 rated R animated movies. It's kind of random. Worst movies all time. Emoji Movie. He reviewed the Emoji Movie. The greatest movie of all time. Yeah, ranking all the Big Brother winners is one of his top videos. But that's just weird. Yeah, anyway. Interesting. Wait, Bob was higher than Kim and Earl. It would not be surprised if he's more of a casual viewer. But then again, if he's someone that's like willing to still make a ranking of like every winner and everything, then he can't be that casual, right? Like I feel like he probably just doesn't look at the game from a strategic lens. I would guess. He has a ranking of every Tekken game. I feel like that would be a interesting video to do, even though I haven't played all the Tekken games. Yeah, I haven't actually seen any of these videos, but like, dude, again, like I'm looking at his video topic, like just solely on the topics. Like, man, he's done some videos I would want to do, so at least there's that. Yeah, I wonder if you want to meet Lauren O'Connell. I wonder if that's a thing. Malaysia Final 3. We have Lorette, Grant, and Amanda. Do they vote for Amanda? I'm trying to look up the jury. I don't remember how the jury is laid out. Yeah, so if we have... So Amanda's obviously off the jury. We add in... Oh, Hein didn't make the jury? I forgot about that. Amanda probably wins then, because she has Angela, Dyke, and Hein. And then, who are the other jury members? We got Manla, who votes for Lorette, and Angie, who votes for Lorette. Yeah, I mean, Amanda probably wins that. Probably very, very likely. Bashes Adam for winning because of his story. Yeah, I mean, again, that's just someone that doesn't understand the game. Or doesn't understand the what actually happened. James voting for Todd. Yeah, obviously that didn't happen. Yeah, again, like probably just someone that I remember there was a YouTuber that I followed back in the day, like years ago, that like did a lot of movie reviews, but then, like all of a sudden he would just like do random Survivor videos here and there. I don't remember what his name was, but it kind of screams out to like a similar sort of fan as this guy. Where, again, like, I mean, they're a big enough fan to, like, care enough to rank all the winners, but not big enough to actually know a lot of the
accessing Aunt Pachero's internal systems.
True, like, backstory behind what actually happened out there. Santa Carolina, we got Gigi, Ashley, and third. Who was third? Proverb. So... I think Gigi still wins in that situation, because Proverb is obviously a vote for Ashley, and yeah, I mean, you're leaving in all the people that you leave in Lowe and fifth Kaz, who were bitter against her, and then you have all the original members that were with Gigi. So it's like she still has the 5 votes there. But, I mean, then again, like, would they vote for Proverb? Would Kaz and Lowe go for Proverb then? But then Proverb was someone that was clearly, like, not respected out there, based on what the show showed us, at least. If we add in Sandy to jury, which who the fuck is Sandy? But she voted for Proverb in her final tribal, which makes it seem like she's probably not super pro-Proverb. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like Gigi probably still wins that. Top 10 overrated players. You put Andy and Nicole. That's kind of funny. But then, like, wouldn't that also mean that he would know that, like, Andy is highly regarded by some people? Because, like, is anyone, like... Because I feel like the casuals hate Andy, right? It's only the super fans that, like, think Andy is a great player. And even then, even, like, a very specific grouping of super fans. because you obviously have like a lot of like big fans that still also don't like Andy.
At present, Mark Parchero has arrived in the Helios cluster.
So I don't know.
Location of Nexus is unknown. This is Captain Hager of Ark Parchero. If you are receiving this message, hostile aliens have captured our
Courtney
ship.
plays strong runner-up
Please look for our
game.
Pathfinder. 7
Yeah, I mean
Situation
she
certain.
played fine. Again, like I personally, again, obviously I respect Todd and Amanda's game a lot more. But for what her role on the season was, like I do think she played it well. Though I do question how much of it was intentional. And just how much of it is just her natural personality of being a beta to a Todd or Amanda. But again,
Signs of fighting or struggle.
Did the Solarians just surrender?
Let's hope their Pathfinder can make sense of it.
you would vote for Courtney in a lot of scenarios. I don't know where I would have voted for Courtney. Like I would vote for Courtney over Denise. And to be fair, like I don't know, like we'll have to see like how's this endgame play out where Courtney's in the end without Todd and Amanda. Because like I would vote for Todd and Amanda above Courtney pretty much every time. So it's like she would have to get to the end without Todd and Amanda. But again, I don't think she's an active enough player to where she's going to get herself in a position without one of those other two. What am I even doing here? So it's like, I mean, like let's just say Final 5 happens. They vote out Todd at 5. They vote out Amanda at 4. Like she's at the end of PG and PG Courtney Denise. I would probably vote I don't know. Like, would I vote Courtney? Like, if Courtney's in on the votes, which I guess she would have to be, then like maybe I probably would. But I don't think it would still be like I would still not be super strong about it. Like I wouldn't really be bothered if like PG ends up winning that instead. Yeah, definitely Courtney should have gotten more of an edit on Heroes vs. Villains. Really insane that she only gets like what, like 4 confessionals or something like that. Oh, is this what I'm doing? Yeah, I have no clue what I'm doing in the game.
Shows no vital signs.
Probably the one time Courtney gets called a beta. Again, she's not beta personality, she's just a beta player. Like, she's never the person that's going to actively create plans that will eventually be executed. Where she's essentially just kind of more so waiting for Todd and Amanda to make decisions for her. And she just goes along with them. Yeah, Maldives, we got Heike, Bonnie. I think it's the same. Heike, Bonnie, let's go. I think Heike still wins. I don't think Bonnie's getting a jury vote. What am I doing here? Didn't just... What am I supposed to do? Oh, console? Am I supposed to go there? I guess? Whatever.
He is identified as Pathfinder 7 Raker.
Yeah, I love Courtney. Courtney's a great character. I just think game-wise, I don't think she was ever winning China. Though I do think she... Again, like, I would have potentially voted for her in certain scenarios, but I just don't think those scenarios were particularly likely. Hey, Sorquel, yeah. Work sucked? Yeah, mine too. Work and, again, like, I've been struggling with some tech issues. Which has been fun.
Who is this really?
I have his DNA signature from your scan. Locate a sequencer to confirm his identity.
What did Xavier do? Xavier has been really bitter at Tiffany. Like, essentially what happened is, obviously Xavier threw the HOH comp, because the plan was, again, I haven't watched the episode for Big Brother, so I don't know how much they showed, but the plan was to give the HOH to Azza, but, and Xavier, and once Alyssa fell right away, obviously, like, the plan was everyone should drop. And Xavier does, but then Tiffany doesn't, and Kylan doesn't, and eventually Azza falls on her own, and then he's pissed off at Tiffany for not dropping. And complains about it to literally everyone. every like second of the day. Like it's literally all the conversations he's having at this point, where he's just going to people talking about how annoyed he is that he's the one that always sacrifices for the cookout, but no one else sacrifices anything. Really, it's just a lot of hypocrisy on his end. Considering, again, he's probably one of the ones that's playing the most self-interestedly out of the cookout. What is this? Okay, I guess that. Whatever. Who do you think the best Survivor player you consider Bikini Babe is? I'm Parvati, right? Like, we're considering Parvati a Bikini Babe, right? Like, if we are, then I feel like that's the very clear answer. Hey, Andrew's good, but again, like, not on Parvati's level in terms of overall.
This isn't the pod we're looking. This is the deceased Solarian's pod.
What am I doing? Like, I've had so many points in this game where I just, like, don't know what I'm doing.
You need to access stasis controls to revive her.
Which, I'm too fair, is like most games I play on... okay, now. But most games I play on stream here, but... this in particular. I also love, like, I kind of notice, when, like, looking through all the games that I've played on stream, that I'm pretty sure my overall opinion on them... like, of all the games that, like, I've only, like, this is only, like, the second or third time I played them. I'm pretty sure my opinion of all the games I've played on stream have gone down through the course of me playing them, with the exception of A Plague Tale. So that's kind of a fun thing there.
Who are you?
Sarah Ryder.
What if South Africa champions had a Final 2? I don't know. I think that's a crazy Final 3, where, again, I think the assumption is that Sifu and Boule would go to Final 2. But Boule turned on Sifu at the Final 4. So it's like, would Boule want to turn... Because, like, in this situation, following the rules I did there, like, Boule had Final Immunity, so she would win Final Immunity again. Which, like, would she vote out Sifu and take Graham? In which, obviously, Graham wins. Or does she vote out... Well, either way, like, Boule's losing at the end. Like, she has no win scenario. All the votes that went to Graham would have just went to Sifu instead. So it's really Boule deciding the winner, and I think she sides Graham based on what she was on that final day, but could technically go either way.
An armada set upon us. Our captain saw no choice but surrender.
Yeah, is it 5 confessionals on Heroes vs. Villains? I'll be honest, like, I don't remember what her confessionals are. But,
so we wouldn't fall into enemy hands. But
again,
still in their grasp.
Corny's a great character, though.
That's about to change.
We're heading into the Ket vessel to gather intelligence.
Yeah, David's gonna be interesting. I think, I think now seeing his interview with RGP and everything, it's definitely grounded him a lot more. Again, like, a lot of his talk about how he's like the last person that, like, people are seeing now during COVID and everything, before they die and stuff. Like, it's really, I think really, took me off guard, like, how much he goes into that, and it definitely made me think of him a bit differently there. Like, I'm definitely higher on David now, but again, like, I still think he's this guy that, like, how are you not thinking this guy's sketchy when you're out there? I still think he comes off as a bit alpha, and
back in the game.
I don't think he's gonna do well, but
We'll be ready, Ryder.
I think I would like him to do well, though. I think it'll be fun.
Tempest, we're in the tether. Going across to the Ket ship now.
So far, there are no indications they're aware of your presence.
Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity in BB-23 from both sides. Like, people that are pro-cookout, people that are anti-cookout. Yeah, again, like, it sucks that, again, I'm fully supportive of the cause of the cookout, but it does suck to see, like, these players that have so much potential just kind of giving away their games. Like, people, again, like Tiffany in particular, where I think she had so much potential as a player that we're just not gonna see, especially if she doesn't end up winning the game. I feel like it'll be even more of a letdown. Is this the first combat section we've had the entire... I think this might be either the first or second combat section we've had the entire stream so far.
We're clear. So much much for sneaking in.
What do we do now?
If you locate a terminal, I may be able to analyze their systems.
He said Tommy only won because of Rob and Sandra. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Again, like, Tommy's literally the only person to not go to IOI, so whatever. Again, I haven't watched the video, but it'll be funny to like get a list of like all the things he says wrong in it. What is South Africa, Philippines at a final 3? I believe it's been confirmed that Annalise wins, right? That like they were only voting for Tom against Sean.
The delay is only temporary.
And he would have probably lost against anyone else. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Annalise wins there.
Is the Archon in his quarters?
That information is not accessible. Only the room's location.
Oh, yeah. Was that a confessional? I kind of forgot that was actually a confessional with Courtney.
The Moshae said the relic would be in his chamber.
I guess it would have to be, because like it doesn't make sense for her to say that at Tribal, and doesn't make sense for her to say that in her voting confessional, I guess. So yeah, I guess it would probably have to be a regular confessional. Oh, okay. Not what I meant to do.
We'll focus on the rescue while you push ahead.
A secondary route is available, marking nav point.
We'll help you get on.
Do I look at Russell Hantz as a person, player, character? I look at him as all three. Or how do you look? Okay, I'm a fucking idiot. How do you look? And character, he's a fantastic TV character. He's one of the best. I think he's one of the best TV characters, really, of all time. What the fuck is going on right now?
You too, Pathfinder. Okay, Sam. The relic. Still got a lead on it?
What is going on? Okay.
Easier said than done. Only 3 of us and a ship full of cat.
Fine. I don't know what the fuck that was.
The best will win.
Like, as a person, I don't know. Again, like, he definitely is not, I don't think he's the most sane person in the world.
Let's not be here when they put it to you.
But, I have nothing against him as a person. As a player, I think he's, I do think he is a good Survivor player that just has a fundamental lack of understanding of certain elements of the game. Like, again, he's obviously very effective in getting to the end of the game on seasons where people don't know who he is. The problem is that he is not particularly good at managing a jury. But again, like I've said this before, that I think his Samoa game is still good enough to where he wins a modern season. And I do think a lot of the reason why he loses is because of like the old school mentality of Survivor. But it doesn't mean that he's still not flawed in terms of how he handles juries.
Is that your best cat?
Do I go here?
Ryder, this is Pathfinder Rinka. I assume those alarms.
Yeah, the Hantz family just in general is pretty crazy. To us, Russell might be the most sane of the bunch. Again, we obviously have Willie, we have Brandon, again, obviously very two insane individuals. Even Sean, I mean, seems to have a temper on him too, so it's like, I think they're all just a bit hot-headed, a bit too,
It's going to be a problem.
Not politically correct, I guess. I don't know.
I doubt that's an accident.
Look sharp.
Wait, what? Eric said that he uses quarantine to use his binoculars to spy on other competitors. What's that even mean? I don't get what that even means.
We're locked in here.
Only way out is a fight.
You want Tiffany or Hannah to get evicted? I personally don't. Again, like, from the game side, again, I want Tiffany to win.
It's a big room. Still
I think Tiffany would be the most satisfying win for the season from a game standpoint.
This is looking ugly. We're in trouble here.
I think it would be funny if Xavier went home. That would be, I think that would be pretty satisfying to see Xavier get booted.
We still have a chance. Reka, we'll take whatever help you can give. We'll provide overwatch.
I mean, Hannah could go, Hannah could go and I wouldn't be too bothered by it, but, I feel like Tiffany for me is, the best case scenario
We can take it from here. You save her.
for this season in terms of, someone's game ability. Yeah, what if South Africa Island Secrets had the final two? Probably Eric, what the fuck am I talking? Probably Rob and Nicole take each other to the end, right? At that point.
Sam, anything you can do?
Provide encouragement.
Ah, shit.
I'm afraid the only option is brute force.
So Rob would win immunity again, which, yeah, I think he takes Nicole. And it probably plays out exactly the same, it's just Doral votes for Rob. And, well, I mean, I guess you're getting rid of Meryl in that situation, right? So, probably breaks even. Probably just plays out exactly the same, so, not too interesting there. Fuck. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I do think this season could potentially be interesting. Well, then again, like, if Chappies is winning out, then maybe it won't be that interesting with a what-if scenario. But, again, like a Nicole and Nella final 2 would be somewhat interesting. Though, I'm too fair, I think probably Nicole wins. But again, I mean, like, really, it could go either way, probably. Yeah, edit-wise, obviously. Nicole definitely has the better edit, but still. Yeah, South Pacific. And South Pacific's weird too because it was obviously filmed like immediately after Russell's run, where he had just been on 3 of the last 4 seasons. So I mean the Hansons were pretty big at that point, and also it literally filmed immediately after Redemption Island aired, right? Yeah, that was still when they were doing. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, it's, again, Hansons were very much front of mind, so, not that surprising that ended up happening, but really weird that they had Brandon Cants on the cast, though, but...
Reka, we've got a big problem. Did you see those guns back there?
I know. They'll destroy the Ark before we can power up the engines. Unless...
what if Australian Survivor 2002 had a final 3? So Shona, well, I mean, I think Rob still wins, depending on who gets added to the jury. I mean, either way, he still wins, right? I'm trying to look it up real quick. Who is the penultimate boot? I know it was from the opposing tribe. Oh, it was, the merge boot. Who was, Karen? Is that her name? Yes, it was. I actually remembered her name. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, so she's probably. Actually, I don't know. Like, that could. Who knows where the fuck she's going? So Joel's on the jury. I don't think Joel's winning. Yeah, I don't think Joel's. I think Joel's very much looked at as like a Sean Kniff sort of figure, where no one really had respect for him. So it takes away a vote away from Rob, but Rob still has 4 votes. And more than likely, I think Karen votes for Rob anyway, so... yeah, I think he probably wins. Still. I'm assuming you're going to ask Celebrity next, which is a bit more of a clusterfuck, because I don't know where that goes. Because if Imogen's in the final 3, and we add a Wayne to... I mean, Guy probably wins by more, doesn't he? I just realized, yeah, he probably still wins. Because, like, Nicole votes for Imogen in that situation. And then, like, I still think they vote for Guy. Just due to, like, tribe loyalty. Which is how they seem to be voting. So, yeah, I still think Guy wins, which... That would have been even more of a tragedy.
If you've got an idea, let's hear it.
Venro here used to repair.
Yeah, Imogen was pretty good in that season.
Venro, an EMP device.
I feel like she probably wins against Nicole, right? So, which obviously was supposed to be the real final two. You'll be disappointed if Chappies win. Yeah, I mean, like I'll be disappointed gameplay wise for sure. But I think he's such a great character, and like just from a TV standpoint, like I feel like it feels right for the season to me. To have Chappies win. Like I do think Tyson played the better game, and obviously Kieran played a better game, but I wouldn't be opposed to, like I would be pretty content with a Chappies win from like a season storyline sort of standpoint, even though again gameplay wise he just essentially wins out at the end. And it was also like, I don't know, Chappies is going to be a weird one to assess. I don't know how to really look at his game. Obviously he is a player that wins out, but I'm like, even like before that, I don't know how to really assess like the early merge portion of the game where like he's not, where like obviously he gets saved by an idol from Tyson. He is not really a major decision maker. I mean, he kind of is, but like not in the sense of he's more so a decision maker in convincing Inesu not to flip, more so than actually deciding where to vote is going. Oh yeah, Immunity Island. Yeah, we're definitely getting players cracking the top 10. Man, like Manla's number 10. But by the way, that was a very wonky position to have Manla at number 10. Like I was literally juggling around like 10 people. I was like, fuck it, I guess we'll go Manla, whatever. But yeah, I mean, Manla would not make the list if we're including Immunity Island. Like I think potential top 10 people, again, like obviously Tyson, Kieran. To be honest, I think Chappies is possibly top 10. Like I think in terms of his overall game ability, I think he is near top 10. Again, if we're talking about the game he played on the season, then no, he's not a top 10 game in the history of Australian Survivor, or of Survivor South Africa, but I think his ability as a player is pretty high. Like, what am I doing? Oh wait, is it this? Oh, it's this. I'm a fucking idiot. Fuck the scanning in this game. There's way too much scanning in this game.
To modulate your vocal cords to approximate cat intonation.
Okay.
Yeah, Imogen definitely played the best game on Australian Celebrity Survivor, which isn't really saying much in the grand scheme of things because it's Australian Celebrity Survivor, but
how do you wish to respond?
Again, definitely should have won. Australian Survivor 2016, L wins, and I believe unanimously, from what I understand. Yeah, Al, while out there, was looked at as like a Kim Spradlin figure, and the jury adored her. And I'm again, like, I don't know who doesn't vote for Al, especially if like, because I think Christy would have voted for Lee over Al, but like she's in the final 3 at that point, so maybe Kate. But then, like, would Kate vote I don't know. I think they would vote for Al. Like, I don't know. Actually, I guess Christy would get votes, wouldn't she? Because, like, I was thinking before, like, Lee, Al final 2. Like, the Al would win unanimously. But I guess with Christy there, I could see, like, Sue voting for Christy.
Nothing good from the looks of this place.
But yeah, I still think Al wins pretty handily.
Gotta get through these guys.
Allison was at 9. I think Allison's probably gone from the list. I think, like, to us, I think like Chappies and Xavion are very close. To us, they're very similar players, very similar archetypes. I think Xavion has demonstrated more of an ability to actually control the game. But I think Chappies has and especially, like, again, like, I'm assuming that Chappies wins out at this point. If he doesn't win out, then this obviously changes. I do think Xavion's a better player, clearly, than Chappies. But if Chappies ends up winning out, wins a jury vote, I think Chappies is probably above Xavion, but that's probably around where he lands. Again, Tyson's gonna be interesting. I think he's above again. Like I think Allison and Manlet are for sure gone at that point.
What is this?
Again, like Kieran is going to be pretty high. I feel like Inesu has potential. Probably not. Again, like I think Inesu's probably around where I would have Allison. Which at the end of the day, again, that's not making the top 10 anymore. But,
Bastard!
fine.
Sam, how's it looking?
The Archon's chamber will require a new path through the unlocked door.
Which people are early boots, so I think we'll make... Again, I have no clue. I have not, No, Nick would have voted for L. Like, Nick, from what I understand, is like one of the hardest, like, L played a great game, sort of people. Like I'm pretty sure like a lot of like where we're getting this information that L was this massive jury threat is coming from Nick, where he really props up L's game.
Ryder, caution.
Some kind of immobilizing.
Strand Tower 2017. I think Jericho still wins, but Peter probably gets some votes.
I've been in this forsaken cluster for decades.
So I'm trying to think of the jury. Just it could be close.
A human able to do the unthinkable.
Because like Tara's still getting like Loki's vote. So it's like I think votes are going all over the place there.
It was almost invigorating to have one.
Are we almost at the end of the game? Where are we at? I feel like we are.
Whatever I please.
Yeah, so like if we're at a final 3 here, okay. So
Back off, asshole.
let's just like, are we just gonna assume like Tessa doesn't get voted out of the jury? Peter's in the final 3. I think Michelle still vote. Actually, Michelle probably votes Peter, right? I think that could go either way. But let's say she votes Peter. Loki votes Tara. Ziggy. I don't know. Peter might win this. I don't know. I think there's some like very wonky votes here. I think Michelle and Ziggy are both kind of a bit wonky, especially because Jericho performed so poorly at Final Tribal to where he loses like Sarah's vote.
Reika must have run into trouble.
I don't know. It could like I think Sarah goes Peter.
Sam, what can you tell me?
I'm sensing a biological transmitter in your bloodstream now.
Jared probably goes Peter. Annalise, I don't know,
Okay,
but
that's
like
priority 2 for sure.
I think it's very
Any
very
idea how to
close
break out of
actually.
this?
The containment fields only interact with living matter. If you expire, the field around you will extinguish until manually reset.
Yeah, BBCAN 3 is very interesting because like it's one of these few scenarios where
Also do the opposite.
each of the 3 different combinations ends up leading to a different winner, which very rarely happens. But yeah, so like if it's Sarah, Godfrey, Ashley, again, assume Jordan doesn't get voted out. So Brittany votes for Sarah. Peely votes for Ashley. Zach votes for Ashley. Bruno votes for Godfrey. So we're at 2-1-1. Willow votes for Sarah. So 2-2-1. Kevin votes for Ashley. 3-2-1. Bobby votes for Godfrey. So 3-2-2. Cindy votes for Sarah. So 3-3-2. Jordan votes for Ashley. So 4-3-2. So it's a more than likely it's a 4-3 vote. 4-3-2 vote where Ashley gets 4, Sarah gets 3, Godfrey gets 2. But again, very wonky situation. Who wins? Michelle, Natalie, Ben, final 3? I'm pretty sure Michelle. But
Shut down my life signs.
it could go. I don't know.
Kill
That'll be weird
The field will disappear.
because Ben's for sure getting votes.
Are there any other options?
None that I
Which at that point, it might accidentally lead to a Natalie win.
It has been a pleasure.
Stop in your heart.
So I mean, let's run this through. So obviously Tony's there. I think Tony votes Ben.
Sam?
Sarah votes Ben.
Simulating the
So that's 2 votes Ben. Denise votes Ben. 3 votes Ben. Nick votes Michelle. 1 vote Michelle. Jeremy votes Natalie. Alright, lost track of the votes. It's 3-1-1, right? It's 3-1-1. Yeah, 3-1-1. Kim could go anywhere. I think she goes Michelle, but could go anywhere. Literally could go anywhere.
Glad one of us was sure.
For sake of argument, let's say Michelle.
So did you while you were playing dead.
So 3-2-1. Sophie votes Ben. 4-2-1. Tyson votes Natalie. 4-2-2. Adam votes Michelle. 4-3-2. Wendell votes Michelle.
Let's find a way out of this cage, huh?
4-4-2. Yule,
connecting to this room.
I think votes Michelle.
Way to access it. I'll look for it.
Yeah, I think votes for Michelle. So 5-4-2. Parvati votes for Natalie. 5-4-3.
Step away from there.
Rob, I think goes Natalie. I think. Let's just say Natalie for sake of argument. So 5-4-4. Is that where we're at? Yeah, 5-4-4. Natalie, Ethan votes for Natalie. So 5-5-4. Danny votes for Michelle. 6-5-4. The Amber votes. So it might be a tie. Like by my count, that means we get a tie between Natalie and Michelle, where Ben would decide the winner. Which I guess at that point he would probably vote for Michelle. But very wonky. Am I going to do top 10 global global players? I thought about it. However, I kind of decided against it for the short term, largely because I kind of realized that, I mean, the most of the list would be US, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I'll probably do it someday, but I feel like doing it so close to when I just did the US player ranking and the international one, like it kind of feels kind of pointless because I'm essentially going to be talking about the same people, where the majority of the list is just going to be all US players at the top. I mean, like, yeah, Rob Bentley, and David, I think were the top 2, right? Like, I think they're probably at the bottom of the list. Like, they're probably like around the 7, like 6, 7, 8 sort of spots. Potentially, I don't even know if David is that high, but it's like top 5 are the top 5 in my eyes. Like, it's still Tony, Kim, Sarah, Parvati, Suri, top 5. Like, even if we add in global, so it's not super interesting in the grand scheme of things. Where am I going? What am I doing here? Oh, escape the trap. Okay, so I just need to escape. Rob Bentley or Tommy higher? I would probably, to be honest, I think they're kind of similar. I would give Rob Bentley the edge just from comps, where I have a lot more faith in Rob Bentley to win out if he needs to, than Tommy. I do think Rob gets, again, like, I think Rob got kind of lucky in the sense of, like, the cast he was given, where I feel like he had a cast of, like, very, and specifically a starting tribe of very like-minded people that, like, I don't know how it works. Like, even on Immunity Island, like, I don't know if his game works on this cast. But it was very, very effective on that season, to where, again, like, yeah, he's probably the best one-time player at this point.
Let's look around.
But I do think him and Tommy are kind of close. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm trying to think through Tommy's game. I do feel like, again, it is a very impressive Game where he's like able to dominate the game, but like not like he's dominating the game, but he's not really taking a lot of the credit for dominating the game, which ends up putting the target onto other people's backs, which also makes him less likely to win a jury vote in certain scenarios. But he he does everything he can to not get into those scenarios and is able to execute on it. And again, even faced adversity in the Dan Spilo ejection, which made it a lot harder for him to get rid of Janet and Lauren, and still is able to do it.
I don't think we're alone.
This is Rika.
So,
Still alive. I'm headed.
oh, okay. But yeah, like I am pretty high on Tommy as a player, though. Championship contenders had a final 3. We have Brian. It's probably the same. Well, I mean, Brian takes away a vote from Shane, and who's the new jury member? Is it Lydia? Who didn't make that jury? Like, I'm pretty sure Lydia wasn't on the jury, right? I'm looking this up real quick. Where are we? Season 5, right? I was at season 3 in terms of the current canon, but Wikipedia lists as season 5. Yeah, Robbie. So yeah, Lydia wasn't on the jury. Lydia, and does Lydia? No, Lydia votes for Sharn. Yeah, so Sharn probably wins just by the fact that Brian's taken off the jury, and to be honest, Shane probably also loses votes, right? Because I think there's definitely a chance that Shawnee and Fenella vote for Brian. Monica could vote for Brian. Yeah, I mean, I think Sharn probably actually wins that. But yeah, Championship Contenders 2. We're adding in Harry, right? So Harry wins, probably. Can Pia beat in Harry?
It was probably one of Drax's missing.
Adding in Andy's jury. I would assume Harry wins, but I don't think this is one I have a super solid read on. But I think, like, obviously Pia gets, like, if we're doing from what I understand, I believe Luke said that he would have voted for Harry. Because I think the vote comes down to Luke and David in the normal scenario here. Like, if it was Harry Pia final 2, I believe it was going to be like a very close vote where Luke and David were the swings. But again, in the situation where Baden's there, like I still think they vote for Harry. Abby votes for Harry. Janine votes for Pia. Simon votes for Pia, and even Abby. Abby's like kind of in the middle, but I think she leans Harry. Daisy, I think, votes Harry, but I don't think that's super solid. John, I think, votes Harry. Sean votes Harry. Yeah, I think Harry has it, but and then Andy votes Harry. But there's definitely some votes there that could go either way. But I think in a final 3 scenario here, with I think Andy being a pretty locked Harry vote, I think it's definitely a lot more likely. Possibly top 7. So yeah, top 7, top 5 for sure would be Tony, Kim, Sarah, Parvati, Suri. My opinion on Jeremy and Rob, but like, we're talking about Boston Rob, right? I think Boston Rob is 7. I'll be honest, I think Boston Rob goes down. I think I would have Tommy above Boston Rob, if I'm being honest, at this point. And I think Rob Bentley would probably move up as well. So, then again, like, I don't even know if David makes the list. Like, I'm pretty sure I put together a rough draft where it ended up pretty much being like David's like borderline on the list. Like, he's like I would have to like really think about it, like if I wanted to be genuine of like he's either 10 or 11, which again at that point it's like what's the point of making the list when the majority of it is the US anyway. Where am I going? Here? All Stars, I mean David still wins. Probably unanimously then, right? Who gets added to the jury? I mean, I think it's Phoebe. Oh no, it's not Phoebe. It's Nick. Yeah, David wins unanimously. I don't know. Nick could vote for Sharn. That's not out of the realm possibility, but again, like I think David's winning there. It's not really that much for debate. I do think a Sharn Moana Final 2 though would have been interesting. Where I do think votes would have been going pretty all over the place. I think Sharn has the advantage there, but I think Moana could definitely pull out a win.
There's more to Meridian than you know. Changing the weather is our
Nicaragua.
And I will not allow you to defy.
I don't even remember. Wait, Avi, Tom, Barb, right? I think Barb just bows out, right?
I'm better equipped to handle it than you.
Why?
Well, Avi won final immunity. See, I think Barb just would have said vote me out, and then Avi still wins by one more vote because I think Barb for sure votes for Avi. So not super interesting. Thailand, might as well talk about them. Which
Captain, fire the EMP!
we had what, Dave, Lisa, or Tess? Which, yeah, Tess has final immunity. I mean, I think she takes Lisa, right? And then essentially we get the same scenario where Dave votes for Lisa. So again, probably plays out the same there too. That what do we have left? We have UK. Is it the last international seasons to talk about? Which I think Richard wins. UK season 1. I think I would guess that he wins. Again, like I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I talked through this in the video. I think, but in like my UK player ranking. But I think he wins, right? Like he for sure wins the final 2.
There! The Krogan's down! Drax's not gonna like that.
Which, I mean, yeah, that would mean that he would... Yeah, I think he wins. Because, like, I think he would have the votes of, like, actually, I don't know. It could be wonky. It could be wonky because, like, again, like, Charlotte kind of had this perception by the end of it as being this, underdog and everything.
Finally.
But,
Get the hell out of here.
let's look this up real quick. Survivor UK Pulau Tiga, everyone's favorite season. And then if we're going to Panama, that's just all over the place. Like, who knows? I would guess Johnny still wins, but like, who knows?
You need to leave this ship.
I think that's one that's like going to be more so dictated by general perception more so than individual votes, where I think it's going to be a landslide for one of the two, of John and Johnny. It's just a matter of like which one do they go for.
They are scheduled for exaltation.
Video idea of the most boring players in the history star. Like, again, is that interesting though? Like, what is there to talk about with the most boring people? Like if I was like a YouTuber where like all I was doing was like listing people and like not actually talking about the specific things, then I think that is a fun video idea. But in terms of like the way I make videos, so, like what would I have to talk about the most boring people? Like I feel like that's something I could talk about on stream here for sure. But in terms of like making an individual video, it's like me like going about and arguing over why someone's more boring than another one doesn't sound that interesting. But I don't know.
Once the cat restore power, you'll be trapped.
Yeah, let's see. So, going back to the jury vote thing. Yeah, like, I think Mick goes Richard. Eve probably goes Richard.
Reload.
But I don't think that's super secure. Zoe, I don't know where Zoe's going. Pete is Richard. James and Andy are both going Charlotte. Simon gets... Yeah, I mean, Charlotte could win. I think Charlotte has more... Charlotte has 3 locked votes in that scenario. Where Richard only has 2.
Thank you. My people are at the end of the tunnel. It's kept the whole way.
And there's 2 votes up for grabs. So, like, Richard would need both of Zoe and Eve. Which, not super reliable. So, it could... Like, Charlotte could easily win that. Yeah, that's what, like, I think the side content in Andromeda is pretty strong for the most part, especially in comparison to the main game. Because, like, I enjoyed Andromeda a lot more back in the day when on my playthroughs where I did the. Well, I enjoyed my like 100% completion playthrough a lot more than I did my normal playthrough. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do a lot of those sort of things on stream over time of like essentially just running through video ideas that like running through a certain like what if sort of thing that probably not an immediate video, but again, like I still would like to do that one at some point. But again, like realistically it's not coming soon. Like definitely not within the next like 6 months of the channel. Oh, this thing again? Well, I'm like missing most of the shots.
Copy that. You hear that, everyone?
Where are we at in stream? Okay, we're not even 2 hours in. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got super late start. I forgot about that. Because again, I had a lot of tech issues, which is really fun, obviously. Yeah, I mean, like no matter how, like the characters of Andromeda are still not to the level of the original trilogy, even after doing all the side content.
Track for extraction.
Oh yeah, I saw the coach's future wife comment on Evie's thing. That was bizarre. Like I love how it's like it's literally Coach probably just seeing her image and then saying, yeah, okay, yeah. Like every nerdy person, it's like that's Cochrane's future wife. Is there one reality show that might not get the most views that you really want to talk about? Yeah. They're on the schedule already. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't fucking open my own thing. Okay, whatever. Anyway, the Glass House. I want to do a retrospective of next year. It's the 10-year anniversary of that. Which again, no one's gonna watch, but again, it'll be fun. And then the Joe Schmo show is gonna be hilarious. Especially because it does not age well at all. But I definitely want to do that. I've talked about Apprentice in the past. I would like to do Apprentice videos at some point. I just need to figure out when. Yeah, I mean, like in terms of shows that like would absolutely do terribly, like those are probably the most likely that I would do. I mean, like I still want to do Genius videos here and there. Yeah, obviously the main focus is still going to be Survivor, Big Brother, and like the different versions of Survivor and Big Brother. Even though, like, in certain versions of those don't do particularly well. Fuck me, I just pulled on the thing, but whatever.
But I owe you an apology. I made a mistake.
Again, like, I said that I was going to stop covering BBAU. I'll be honest, I'm kind of like thinking, maybe I'll still cover it. I don't know. Like, I want to for completion's sake, but I also don't want to because it's a lot of fucking work to cover like a 20 episode or more season.
I prefer a sharper focus.
I don't think there's gonna be much of that in this line of work.
I suppose not. Whatever the case, the Solarian people are forever in your debt.
Who do you think would you cast on Heroes vs. Villains Austrian Survivor? All-Stars?
We will.
Again, like, the problem with Austrian Survivor All-Stars is that I feel like they got who they could get. Like, who would I cast in terms of, like, a dream cast? Like, it's kind of a video I want to do. But, yeah, like, obviously Benji is someone that, like, wasn't on the cast that should have been on there.
And you're not the one who has to explain.
I'm trying to forget, like, I'm trying to remember, like, who else was not on Australian Survivor that we thought was going to be? I guess, like, Christy, but, like, is Christy really a hero or a villain? I mean, I guess she would be a hero. I guess. Again, I guess. But, like, Lee would be a hero.
Just glad the team is safe.
Flick would probably be a villain. Brooke would probably be a hero. Nick would be a villain. Let's see. Is there anyone else from season 1? Matt would have been an interesting returnee. I don't know if he would be a hero. I guess he would probably be a villain, right? But Phoebe, I don't know where you put Phoebe. Is she hero or villain? Craig, fuck. I forgot how much we missed out on Craig. Seems like I forgot Craig was a person until I just looked at it thinking. But, like, I loved Craig. Such a shame that he wasn't back on All-Stars. Yeah, I don't know if he's probably not a hero or a villain though.
Even we don't fully understand it.
Yeah, Luke's probably a hero. I mean, I think you could argue both, but like I think they would probably land him on hero. Sir Luke is the first person to go from Survivor to Big Brother, I guess. Yeah, but I feel more solidified now that I'm probably going to do a Big Brother VIP video. Again, I don't have it on the schedule right now, so it might be like an extra video, and it might not be out like immediately after season finishes, but I definitely want to do it. Yeah, Luke would definitely be on All-Stars if it wasn't for Champions of Contenders. I really wonder, like, why they even bother putting him on there if they knew that they were going to do All-Stars next. Which I guess they didn't know for sure, but still, it's like, why waste Luke there? But to be fair, I think that kind of adds to Luke, where if you put him on All-Stars, like I do think he kind of, like, even though he's obviously still a massive character and probably still would have been the biggest character on the season, like he's kind of gets lost in the shuffle a bit, where you're so many other people to focus on while putting him on Championship Contenders, which dude, like he still doesn't get the biggest edit of the season. Like obviously David had a much bigger edit than him, and
we hit him once.
I think even like Harry had a bigger edit than him too.
We have to rally the Nexus and move on Meridian.
So it's not even like he's the star of that season necessarily. Oh, we're on the journey. We're at the end. Are we really at the end? Wait. Well, I mean, let's save first, and because I haven't saved in forever. But I think we're at the end, aren't we? How do I check what chapter we're on? Like, this is chapter 8, right? Out of 9? Oh, wait, load. There we go. We can go load, and then check the other save. So there's epilogue, chapter 9, Meridian, chapter 8. Yeah, so we're in chapter 8. So we're already pretty close to the end here. I don't know what I want to do here, though. I haven't done any of the side content, which I did say I was going to do. In terms of the stuff with the crew. I guess we'll just do that. Yeah, I think we're pretty... We're not even 2 hours in the stream, though. I was going to say, I think we're good for the main story for this thing. But it's like, again, we're like not even 2 hours in. I don't know. Yeah, Sean return would be cool. Janine too. Again, it's a shame that they had the seasons like so close to each other. Where again, like Champions of Contenders 2, I mean, All Stars was filmed around the merge, right, of Championship Contenders. Which makes it even more insane that David won, by the way. Considering that, like, they had pretty much just seen, like, the prime of David. Yeah, Janine would have been a great returnee. Sean would have been a great returnee. I'm trying to think of who else from that season. Pia would have been interesting. I don't know how interesting in concept in terms of like she's a winner and coming back, but probably not the most dynamic TV there. I think we're good without Baden. I kind of forgot that Abby even came back. The more I think about it, even though like I think Abby probably played better in All Stars than she did in Championship Contenders. Yeah, who should have gotten that season? Oh fuck! I went to the wrong season. Fuck Wikipedia with calling season 4 season 6. I forgot Daisy was on All Stars. It's like I feel like Daisy's most interesting contribution to All Stars is the fact that she's the victim to the idol play. Yeah, what do I think of Lasse Holstrom? Yeah, gotta look him up. I've probably I've watched a lot of movies, so let's see. Have I watched anything from him? Oh, What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I watched that. I probably haven't watched that much from him. A Dog's Purpose, he did that much. Safe Haven. Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. I feel like I like that movie, or maybe it's a movie that I felt like I should have liked but didn't like it. I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, I don't have super strong opinions on any of his movies. Chocolat. I forgot that was a movie. To us, What's Eating Gilbert Grape? There we go. It's probably my favorite movie of the bunch. Oh, A Dog's Purpose is not the movie I was thinking it was. I was thinking the Call of the Wild, I think is the one I was thinking of. The Harrison Ford remake. Is that Call of the Wild? Yeah, the Call of the Wild. Either way. Oh yeah, Dez needs to return for sure. Best first boot.
I'll do my best.
Who is the first? Who is the best first boot in Australian Survivor? I mean, like obviously taking out All Stars.
I remember.
Like, is it Phil? I think it probably is Phil.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up.
Well, we have Matt Dyson. We have Anastasia, who's not terrible, but like not great. We have Joan, Joan at least had 6 people vote for her to stay the first time, but I think that was more so not because they wanted to keep her, but more so because they were like, fuck Henry. But anyway.
Being nervous means you understand what's at stake.
That's the problem.
Are we working tomorrow? No, I'm not.
To work in the field.
I do have stuff going on tomorrow though.
Focus on the positive.
Which is part of the reason why I'm streaming tonight.
This is my opportunity to study alien species
because I don't want to. Because like it's like I have stuff going on earlier in the day, and then the last few days I've been dealing with. One, I've been busy just in general, but also I've been dealing with tech issues. Specifically today, I was actually wanting to get a decent amount of stuff done today, but then my PC crapped on me, so didn't get anything done. So I'm gonna try to spend tomorrow getting work done on the Big Brother review, get caught up on the Australian Survivor review, and then A&W is also tomorrow night. So yeah, I'll see you later, Circle. Yeah, it's already 2:20. Again, I started got what 12:20 I think.
Anatomist, physician.
So I was already pretty late.
That's quite the resume.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's definitely the most entertaining of those, I think.
275
like Dez is great, but it's like his like downfall and everything was like pretty apparent. Like Matt Dyson actively like throws himself under the bus.
Right.
Just something to think about. Sam, make sure
Can you call my work this week? Probably not. Robert Altman. I like The Player. That's the first movie that comes to mind. I don't remember a lot of his stuff. Dr. T and the Women. I forgot about that movie. I feel like there's a lot of stuff here I haven't watched. Yeah, actually, I don't think I've watched the majority of his stuff. Yeah. But, again, I do really like The Player. I've never watched a Popeye movie. Let's see. Who's in it? Is it Robin Williams? I didn't realize it was Robin Williams. That makes it even fucking weirder. Yeah, that'll be an interesting thing, ranking all the Robin Williams movies. Yeah, because I'm definitely going to tell you my work number. But yeah, that's just bizarre. Never watched anything like Popeye related, really, like outside of like short clips. And also went on the Popeye ride at Universal. But I used to love that ride too. Is that still around? I don't even know if that's still around. Actually, that'd be a fucking weird video to like rank all the fucking rides at like Disney or like something like that, or Universal. What food am I in the mood for? Right now, nothing, considering it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, or 2:30. The other day I ordered like a whole bunch of Chinese food and then like had a whole bunch of leftovers. And then like regretted that I ordered the Chinese food to begin with, so that's something. Stephen Daldry. I feel like I know his name, but I don't remember exactly what he's done. Oh, The Hours. Okay, Billy Elliot. The Reader. I really love The Reader for some reason. I don't remember exactly why I like The Reader, but I remember liking it. Not like it's like one of my all-time favorite movies or anything like that, but I remember I did like that. Trash? Which one's Trash? Okay, I don't remember that movie. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. That was a fine movie. The Hours was okay, but I don't remember much of it. And then Billy Elliot I did not love, if I remember right. I think I found that kind of boring when I watched it. But again, it's been so long. By the way, speaking of movies, I did watch the best movie ever. What I ate for dinner, I ate leftover Chinese food. Yeah, I watched Godzilla vs. King Kong in the last few days. So that's something. Which it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was. To be honest, it's probably my favorite out of the MonsterVerse, or what the fuck they're calling it. For sure, better than 2 Godzilla movies. I feel like I liked King Kong, but I don't remember exactly why at this point. It's been a long time. But I enjoyed Godzilla vs. King Kong, even though, again, like I watched in the background while dealing with a lot of my tech issues, which, again, made it so I wasn't really super focused on it the entire time, but still. Actually, no, wait, why did I go in here? I meant to talk to everyone. I don't know why I'm doing this. Think of Peter Jackson, great director. I'll be honest, like, I'm not as big into Lord of the Rings as I should be. Like, Lord of the Rings is a series that, like, I remember when I was a kid, I tried to watch it. I just never got into it. Like high fantasy was never my thing when I was a kid. And, like, well, now I definitely like things within the genre. I like Lord of the Rings when I watched it more recently. And, I do like The Witcher and stuff like that. But it's like I've always been more of a sci-fi guy than into high fantasy.
Only a few. But that's better than none.
But again, like I really liked Lord of the Rings when I rewatched it. Or when I guess you would call it a rewatch. Like what was that? Like 5-6 years ago. But I haven't watched it since. I really would like to rewatch it more recently. I would like to do a video on Lord of the Rings at some point. I think that'll be fun. I watched Shang-Chi. I would love to watch it. I don't know when I'm gonna like actually bother doing it. I might just wait for it to. Actually, I don't know. How's that gonna work now, though? With COVID and everything, I guess it would still be released, but also it's like, I don't know. I actually haven't paid attention to that because like it's on Disney, isn't it on Disney Plus? Or are they not doing that with Shang-Chi? I don't think they are they? I think it was only Black Widow that they made it so you can watch it, but you have to pay like $30 or whatever fucking bullshit that was.
But no solid leads.
Yeah,
Sarissa Theris was on the Asari
definitely
arc.
would like to watch
We
it.
could use that help. Who's she? Probably the best commando strategist alive.
Trying to think of Peter Jackson. What's Peter Jackson done outside Lord of the Rings? King Kong, which is like fine. Lovely Bones. I actually liked that movie. I remember liked that movie when I was younger. The Hobbit. I never liked the Hobbit movies, but again, I've only watched them once. Mortal Engines. Oh, he didn't direct it, but still, that was a mediocre movie. And then his older stuff, which I haven't watched any of them. I don't think any of his old horror movies or Heavenly Creatures. So, yeah, Rob Marshall. I feel like I like Rob Marshall. I don't remember. Again, like it's weird because like a lot of these directors are like people that I would have known. Like if this was 5 years ago, you would say director. I would know everything he's done. But nowadays I definitely don't remember. Oh, maybe I don't like Rob Marshall. I'm looking it up now. Yeah, like Chicago is fine for what it is. Again, like I've never been a big musical guy. Who was I thinking? I was thinking of Baz Luhrmann, right? Is that his name? Yeah, Baz Luhrmann. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah, who did Moulin Rouge and Romeo and Juliet and stuff. Or Romeo plus Juliet, if we want to be technical. But I love The Great Gatsby. Again, The Great Gatsby is one of the few books I've actually read. Oh, is it going to be on Disney Plus 45 days later? That's not bad.
Is military strategy really what we
Maybe
need
I'll do
out
that. I don't know. Like again, I still have not watched the Disney Plus shows. I thought about doing it during my vacation that's coming up. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait until I can just like. I don't know. I don't know how I want to handle it because it's like. I don't really want to be like owning Disney Plus because, like, to be honest, like outside the Marvel shows, I don't really need Disney Plus. Like, I'm not gonna be like even Netflix, which I have now, which I have free from not free, quote unquote free from my phone thing. It's like I barely watch Netflix. Like I don't actually watch Netflix. And like obviously the Circle's coming up. I'm gonna watch Netflix for that. But I don't really use it for. I just did the exact same fucking thing again. I'm a fucking idiot. But I don't really watch that much anymore. So, like, if I get Disney Plus, like, I don't really... I forgot the fucking running animation. That just looks weird. Yeah, I don't really see myself wanting to get Disney Plus for more than, like, the amount of time it essentially takes me to watch those shows. So maybe I'll just wait until, like, there's like more and then just, like, really go. What do you think of Roman Polanski? I mean, terrible human being. But I feel like I like his stuff. And the thing I remember him most for is being in Rush Hour.
The best, actually.
Then he knows about Remnant?
But yeah, I do like some of his movies, but again, a bit of ickiness there.
Give me the short version.
He's still doing shit? Why is he still doing shit? But I love Carnage. I forgot about Carnage. That was a great movie. It's one of these movies where it's like, it's all in one room, essentially, and it's like just mostly a movie about like a conversation between characters. Yeah, I really love Carnage. The Ghost Rider is a movie I really like. The Pianist is a really great movie. Ninth Gate is fine. And then Chinatown's good. Rosemary's Baby's good, but again, outside that, haven't watched a lot of his other stuff. Why is Roman Polanski a horror human being? Because he raped a 14-year-old.
That's why he hates aliens.
Yes. He...
yeah. It's like, not good.
When Axul returned, he no longer cared about the Remnant. Or anything. Except destroying the kit.
Yeah, in 1977, Polanski was arrested and charged with the drugging and raping of a 13-year-old girl.
I think he was bitter.
As a result of a plea bargain, he pleaded guilty to the lesser offense of unlawful sex with a minor.
Since your people arrived,
and then he's on the run still, right? He got in trouble for like breaking his probation or something. Yeah, I guess he's gotten like more allegations recently too. So, again, like a known like pedophile. So, not good.
More of a reason to set things straight before they get out of
Kiva
hand.
Goldsman, that's the Lonely Island guy, right? So it's like what, like Hot Rod and stuff like that, right? Or am I not thinking the right person? No, that's not the right person. Fuck off. Alright, who is Akiva Goldsman? Who's the guy from Lonely Island? Isn't that also Akiva something?
Her name is Thordir.
Akiva Schaffer. Okay, that's who I was thinking of.
I'll send you the nav point.
Yeah, he did The Watch and Hot Rod and Pop Star. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Which I loved Hot Rod when I was a kid. It's fucking dumb now, but I loved it when I was a kid. But Akiva Goldsman. What did he do? Oh, he's mostly a writer. He wrote Beautiful Mind, which is a great movie, even though it's like it's not factually correct in any way. But a good movie. I, Robot I liked when I was younger. Angels and Demons, Da Vinci Code. Again, I talked about how have a bit of nostalgia for those movies. I Am Legend is solid. Lost in Space remake shit. Batman and Robin, what a masterpiece. A Time to Kill, is that the one that I watched? I feel like, yeah, I did watch A Time to Kill somewhat recently. Which I enjoyed that, even though they don't get nominated for a Razzie. I think it's a 68 Rotten Tomato. It's not terrible. I remember I like that. Oh, Joel Schumacher is a director. That'd be interesting to talk about. Obviously, a lot of like really bad movies, but some pretty good ones there. It's so weird that he directed Winter's Tale. It's like he wrote like movies for forever, and then like the first movie he directs is Winter's Tale. Either way. Oh, I love Sofia Coppola. Yeah, I love Lost in Translation. I love... There was another movie from her that I really like, Somewhere. Is that the name of the movie? That I really liked. They all blend together. I forgot she used to be married to Spike Jonze. There's another really great director. I feel like, has he actually directed that much? I feel like he hasn't actually directed that much. Yeah, he's only directed 4 movies, but I really like all 4 of those movies. I mean, Where the Wild Things Are is like kind of whatever, but Being John Malkovich, Adaptation, Her, probably 3. I think all 3 of those are in my like top 100. Maybe Being John Malkovich isn't, but the other 2 are probably. But anyway, Sofia Coppola. Yeah, Somewhere was good. I don't feel like I liked Marie Antoinette. Virgin Suicide Squad is solid. Bling Ring's fine. I haven't watched The Beguiled. I haven't watched On the Rocks. But, I love Lost in Translation now. Oh yeah, Survivor. Oh, is there already a spoiler? Again, I haven't seen the spoiler for Australian Survivor, but I would assume Flick wins Final Four immunity, right? Like, based on, like, what we were shown in the preview, I talked about this earlier in stream, it was like, based on what we saw in the preview, like, it makes no sense for, Haley to be going to George about voting out Kara, unless Flick won immunity. Like, I feel like 100% that happens. So, I'll be very surprised if it turns out that isn't the case. But yeah, I mean, again, this was a fun round. I didn't love the episode as a whole. I feel like it was a bit dragged out, and I feel like pretty much everything that was there that wasn't involving George was kind of boring. But again, really fun round. And again, a move that I don't get why more people just don't do. Peter Weir. What has Peter Weir done? I feel like when I instantly heard of Peter Weir, I thought of Peter Berg, which I'm pretty sure are not similar in any way. Peter Weir. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this now. I think I've only watched Dead Poet Society and Truman Show. Did I watch The Way Back? Maybe I watched The Way Back. No, I didn't watch The Way Back. Yeah, so Truman Show and Dead Poet Society. Actually, did I watch Witness? I think I watched Witness, but I don't really remember it. Yeah, Harrison Ford, yeah. But, yeah, I haven't watched a lot of his stuff there. Yeah, I'm guessing a 2-1-1 vote tomorrow. Again, the question is, who's it go for? I don't know. Again, like, I was so confident that it was going to be Haley Kara Final 2. Or Kara. I keep on like, messing up the name. Is it Kara or Kara? Not that it really matters, realistically, but... yeah, I'm expecting a 2-1-1. Like, but then if it's a 2-1-1... I don't know. If it's a 2-1-1, then more than likely Kara goes home, right? So I guess it could be a 3-1 where it's where it's against George. But I don't know. Like my first instinct was that it's going to be 2-1-1. Yeah, I mean, like again, like I think if I were to guess, I would say George goes home. But like 4 feels like a weird spot for George to go home. Like I would have assumed George would have went out at 5. And now that he didn't go out at 5, like I feel like 3 feels like the next best spot for him to go out. 4 just feels kind of weird, but I feel like we're like looking at it logically again. Like it just makes sense for George to go home next. Like unless like Haley is really into this idea that she can't beat Kara because Kara doesn't have doesn't have any blood on her hands, which I think is misguided. Like again, like based on what we've seen from the jury, like it seems like they're going to be voting pretty gameplay based outside of voting for Flick. So it's like I don't know why she has that ideal. Again, I don't think it's super accurate, but whatever. And to be fair, George has the same thing. Like George has explicitly told us in the confessional that he thinks that's the case. So I don't know. I love the game's glitching out, by the way, whenever I like walk around the Tempest, where you can see things like flickering in and out. Taylor Hackford. Yeah, I think he's in. Like I've watched Ray, but like back when it came out, so I don't remember it. And then Devil's Advocate, I enjoy, but it's kind of one of those like not necessarily so bad that it's good, but definitely not like a top tier film. But I don't think I've watched. I've watched An Officer and a Gentleman, but I don't remember it, and then just haven't watched a lot of his other stuff. Yeah, I think George could do a 2-1-1 against Kara. I think that is theoretically possible. And like it's kind of like what I would assume would happen, but it also feels weird for Kara to go home. Like to be honest, I'm surprised Flick like, again, based on what we were shown in the preview, like, I think obviously Flick wins immunity, but like coming into the episode, I would have expected Flick to go home. Like, if it wasn't for that preview, I think I would have assumed Flick went home, because it made more sense to me for the final three to be George, Carr, or Haley. But now that, again, more than likely it's not going to be the case, I don't know. It feels weird for both Carr and George to be going home at 4. I probably would lean, I get, like, maybe 2-1-1 for Kara going home. But I'm not, like, again, like, it feels weird that that's even a possibility. Who the fuck is this person? Oh, Gil. Forgot Gil existed. Paul Haggis. Crash. Next 3 days. I like Next 3 Days. It's not the greatest movie ever, but
hey, this is the most important part of the ship.
Crash, I think, is probably one of the worst Best Picture winners in recent years.
I am at your command.
Just want to see how things are going with the ship.
Got this baby
and like, how the fuck did that win Best Picture? How did, like, realism? How did Crash win Best Picture? Like, I remember, like, wasn't it like the controversy of like it being a very
people same as ships. Stuck on the Nexus, gotta say,
like, it won because of how it handled like racial things. I don't remember exactly, but and like, Crash is not that good of a movie. But then again, like 2015, 2005, looking at like what was even nominated, it's not the greatest batch of movies. Like, I still would have gone for Brokeback Mountain over Crash, but it's not a great year for film there. Actually, it's 2004, isn't it? Because it's 2005 Oscars. So what else came out in 2004? Oh, no, it is 2005. Yeah, it is 2005. Crash came out 2005? I thought it came out 2000. Is that really? No, it says 2004. Oh, but then, well, that's fucking, okay, whatever. I hate it when, like, movies come out, like, at TIFF, like, over a year, like, around a year before it comes out in theaters. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yes, but it's a new thing for me, regret. I tend to live the way I work. Kind of feel it, do it. Not a lot of cllose ties. No real sense of purpose.
The way I'm watching Australian Survivor, like, again, I know people use Travis Spoken Facebook group, or VPN. I personally use Reddit. I go on, there's a subreddit called Down Under TV, I think is what it's called. And they have links to every episode. And they usually have links to every episode pretty much immediately after the episode finishes airing. So that's why I've been using. South Africa is a bit more tricky, but still, I mean, like, should be able to find it on the South Africa Reddit.
You mean how jazzed you were that a Pathfinder showed up?
Tomato, potato.
Does Haley win against George? I think so.
Deal.
Yeah, I talked about this earlier in the stream. I ran through the numbers. I think she wins because I do think she gets Flick, Danny. I think she gets, well, Gerald in that situation. Again, Way is, like, I think, leaning towards her. Like, Emmett, I think could go either way. Baden, I think, could go either way. Probably leaning George. Again, I think Kara's obviously leaning George. But, I feel like Laura and Andrew. Yeah, I feel like they're leaning Haley. So, yeah, I do think Haley wins. But, not, again, like, it could be up for grabs. Jason Reitman, I really like Jason Reitman, right? Yeah, thank you for smoking. Juno, Up in the Air, I love all three of those. Young Adult's good. Labor Day was mediocre, if I remember right. Men, Women, and Children I really liked. Did I watch Tully? No, I haven't. Okay, so I've only watched up until Men, Women, and Children, but I generally like his video, or his videos, his films. House Carter as a player, pretty bad. Really bad actually. Yeah, look, this is gonna be a weird player ranking. I haven't actually thought any of this through. Like, any of the player rankings that are coming up. Like, I haven't really thought. I guess I've put a decent amount of thought into Big Brother, but really haven't thought at all about South Africa or Australian Survivor, and they're both going to be pretty clusterfucky. Oh wait, what?
Hey, Joel.
Why do we have another conversation with him? That was weird.
I'm not scared.
But yeah, I mean, Carter's pretty
bad.
What's
going on in here? You look busy.
If I'm
maybe she's
occupied with
she's just so
rather than
not wishy-washy. That's not really the right word, but she's built up this persona of, well, it's mainly stems from the Big D vote, I guess, technically, where she messes up the Big D vote, where they split the votes, and since then she's been looked at as unreliable, and I think she's generally not respected. Then also, I think she mostly just follows what George is doing. Like, we have seen her, like, fight back a bit more recently, but she's still essentially doing what George is doing. And I just don't feel like she's going to be able to articulate a case to win. But who knows? I could be wrong. I mean, Christie's won, so who the fuck knows?
I can see how that helps.
John Lee Hancock, not a director that comes to my mind right away.
I'm making gifts.
Out of Blindside, Saving Mr. Banks.
Gifts?
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of his stuff. I just watched Blindside and Saving Mr. Banks. Actually, have I watched The Rookie? I feel like I've probably watched The Rookie. But,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, not a director I'm, like, super into. Yeah, George could have a really good final trial performance. I feel like that. But again, like, I feel like edit-wise, I still feel very good about Haley winning. So it's like, I feel like...
She's a Turian. She might like something a little more...
I don't know what,
Good to know.
how she's gonna get there and win. Again, like, I don't think she wins against Flick. And I feel like Flick's obviously being propped up as essentially like her final hurdle.
I could craft a ceremonial Angaran dagger.
And then you have...
I'm trying to keep
yeah, it's just George and Caro, so it's like...
He can be a little stab happy.
Right.
I feel like she probably wins against both, but
who else could I give a dagger to then?
Joel.
Yeah, George I think would definitely have a much better shot.
What's really going on?
Yeah, 8 idol plays on Australian Survivor and Stars of Africa. Again, like, they've just been... Australian Survivor in particular, they've just been handing fucking idols out.
I don't feel like I am.
I believe Survivor South Africa. Well, okay, I guess we had the Santoni one. I was gonna say I think they were all by Tyson, but no, we had the Santoni one. The Australian Survivor, we had what, Flick. Right now we had George playing his on Cara, Cara playing hers on George. We had Haley's on Laura. Is there another one? No, I don't remember. Is George actually a good player? Yes. Whatever, let's romance him.
I feel like that a lot.
Yeah, I feel like George is a good player.
Good to know.
Is he a consistent player? No. I think he is definitely a player that is very prone to be taken out very early. But
is respected, and many of my kin have
what happened in Flick's Twist?
I've never been one of them. So many older.
I mean, Cara played hers for herself, but not successfully, right? Like, she nullified no votes, which is even fucking dumber. Or she nullified one vote. I don't remember anymore. Either way, it was fucking. It was a dumb idol play.
You're one of us now, Joel.
Yeah, David O. Russell's a really great director. Definitely one that I would like to do a ranking of at some point. Again, so far down the road, though. Because again, I think at the end of the day, obviously more into, again, Nolan, Tarantino, Fincher, Denis Villeneuve. I feel like those are the top. And then, yeah, I mean, David Russell's pretty high up. Again, like, I really love The Fighter, love Silver Linings Playbook, I like American Hustle. Joy is solid. I just realized, like, David O. Russell hasn't had a movie since Joy. But either way, IR Huckabees is fine. Three Kings is good. Flirting with Disaster, did I watch that? Spanking the Monkey. I forgot he had that movie. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like most idle plays on Australian Survivor this season have been successful, right? Hey, did anyone play? Do you think we'll compare Russell to George? I think if he loses, if he gets to the end and loses, then I think there's definitely a comparison. But I think if it, like, I think just naturally, based on how they play the game, I don't think it's necessarily the case. Like, I will say, I think George is a better strategic thinker than Russell. Like, Russell obviously gets propped up as, like, being this, like, strategic mastermind, but, like, I think Russell's, Oh, I forgot about Kaz. Yeah, Kaz is yeah. Well, then, no, that wasn't successful, though, was it? Yeah, because, Gavin, it was, like, a 6-5 vote, right? Where she had 5. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I guess I should probably go to lower floor. Who haven't I talked to? I haven't talked to Liam and Vetra. What is this? This is my room? Alright. Not there. Oh, Drac. I haven't talked to Drac either. Or have I talked to Drac? Maybe I have talked to Drac. Whatever.
Who were you talking to?
Yeah, I think George is a better strategic thinker than Russell. I don't think Russell's that good of a strategic thinker, really. Like, he dominates the endgame of Samoa, and he's someone that, like, I think Russell's a very emotional player. I think he tries to mask it under
welcome to the Tempest
strategy, but I don't think he's that great of a strategic player, where I think he lets emotions very much dictate a lot of the moves he makes.
Is that all you brought?
Particularly in Heroes vs. Villains.
When supplies are tight and you're on your own.
Where I feel like almost every major decision he makes in Heroes vs. Villains is dictated by emotion. Right, I'm trying to think, like, what isn't? I mean, I guess the JT stuff.
After the mutiny happened, it was either buckle under Tan's rules.
But it's like, if we're looking at, like, the I think the Tyson move was a lot of him trying to protect Parvati because he had a massive crush on Parvati. You have the Danielle move, which was his jealousy because of Parvati being closer to Danielle. You have him targeting Parvati immediately afterwards because he was, again, upset at Parvati. Like, I think a lot of his game is dictated by emotion there. Oh yeah, and Sandra convincing him to go after Coach.
We have a much better shot at something good.
What happened in Final 3 of Haley George Flick? I would assume Haley wins Final Immunity and votes out Flick. And Haley wins against George, I would guess. Again, I'm all in on Haley winning. I would be very, very surprised if Haley doesn't win with the edit she's been given. And especially because, like, I think recently George's edit has kind of taken a bit of a negative turn to where I think you can definitely see the setup there for him losing in Final Tribal.
I'll talk to someone.
Like, I think it's, well, then it's like
The Pathfinder
George would have to take Haley at that point too, wouldn't he?
Fine.
So I guess it could be either Haley or George win. Again, I don't think Flick's getting to the end. I don't think Flick's winning. At this point, I think Flick's being set up as the
Hope I'm not interrupting
final obstacle.
Not at all. We were just finishing up. Wait, Ryder, I just wanted to know if...
Hey, Fraz, I see you're one of the more recent followers here. Yeah, George wins top 10 craziest win. Yeah, I think he's, again, he's up there with, probably Tom for Survivor SA. I don't fully. Obviously, there was a lot of good George content, but we also still had Way talking about how George, like, essentially showing like how he isn't very self-aware and stuff about how he comes off to people, which I think can be potential setup for. Really, I mean, her entire arc with George is potential setup for her not voting for George at the end, but I think that was even more setup, though.
We need people with skills, and it sounds like you've got many. Welcome aboard.
Yep, making deals to get the things
You think it was a coincidence they had Tarzan and Troyzan on the same season? Probably.
If it keeps going,
I don't know. I mean, I would get. I mean, I don't know. They did do. Weren't there promotions of like Battle of the Zans? I'm pretty sure there were like promos, like commercials during the season that were like Troyzan versus Tarzan, which is like really dumb considering I don't believe they were ever in conflict on the season. I'm looking this up right now because obviously this is something very important. But I'm pretty sure there was like a promo at some point. Yes, there is here. Oh, that's fucking weird. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were. But I feel like both of them were like two of the better casting choices on the season. So like it wouldn't surprise me if they were both supposed to be there, but it is still kind of coincidental, isn't it? I wonder if they were they with Troyzan? Were they actually? What is Troyzan? Does Troyzan go by Troyzan on like Instagram? I'm sure he does, right? Like on Twitter and Instagram, especially at this point. I wonder what he did at the time. Like, was he still Troyzan pre-Survivor? I forgot Troyzan's 60 years old. That's insane. Like, I forgot he was that old when he was on Game Changers. Wait, let's look this up. What is? Oh no, I've had tech issues and my PC's running like complete shit, so I can't even play the promo here. Yeah, but they literally did have a promo pre-season of Battle of the Zans. Yeah, what the fuck is this? It's so weird. That's the way that Survivor used to be promoted. It's so fucking dumb. Like, it literally has like Jeff saying, "Oh, Troyzan, Tarzan, neck, when it makes no fucking sense. They're on the same tribe, in the same challenge. Like when they're going at different times, like it makes no sense. Oh, this is so weird. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, how would Survivor used to be this way? It's bizarre. What else do we got? Reveal the tribe of Survivor 41? Yeah, I do believe we did get, like, Redmond has said that there's no tribe swaps. Which is weird considering Jeff, I believe Jeff said that we made an active decision to keep tribes small this season, which, like, doesn't that make it sound like there's going to be like a swap into smaller tribes? But I guess not. Like, I don't know, it does sound weird that he even like decided to phrase it that way when it's like we're not getting. What should I do here? Should I don't know, I kind of want to, I think I'm going to end within the next like 15-20 minutes, so I don't really want to start the mission here.
Glad you stopped by.
But yeah, I mean, like, we're in a position to where I'm pretty sure we're going to finish the game next time we stream, which will probably be on Wednesday.
Nothing like being on the bridge of your very own ship, is there?
Yeah, it kind of sucks that they release, like, in the time between when I recorded and when the cast assessment came out, they did reveal the tribes officially on Twitter. Which, I don't remember if it made the final cut. Maybe I edited it out anyway, but I did reference with Nasir, his tribe. But I think I might have edited it out.
You mentioned something about helping design the Tempest?
Test pilot
But,
mostly.
yeah.
Plunging through the Nemean abyss
Probably would have
was
gone more in
almost a
depth
preparation
if we
for
had
the
the tribes
Of course,
out there
it took a whole
at
team
that
to
point,
build the
but
Tempest.
whatever.
I was the only one to come to
Worst merch tribe name? We talked about this before. I think No Bag is a very top contender. I think Fire Tribe from Australian Survivor here is very high as well.
Took the leap to see how it all turned out.
America's bad, but like at least America, like without the context of it being like America or whatever, like taking out the A from America, like it's at least actually sounds like a tribe name. Like for like, yeah, Australian Survivor, for them to literally name the tribe Fire Tribe, it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
I like the Tempest, but I'm not sure I'd travel between galaxies for her.
The unknown frontier.
It's like, I think that's the point where we're like, how did they allow them to literally just name it Fire Tribe?
I remember Serena debugging line 2281 over and over, chewing that green pencil.
But yeah, I do remember, yeah, This Is My Island stuff, and Tarzan was not happy about it, but again, that was so late into the season. Like, these promos from the preseason. Like, these are literally episode 1 promos, so, bizarre that's how they promoted Tarzan and Tarzan. Yeah, like, I would, I was, like, if we didn't have the rumors from, or not we didn't have the confirmation from Redmond that there's no swaps, like, I would have assumed that, we were going to get, probably swap into another, like, probably, what, like, 3 rounds and swap in at 15 to Tribes of 3, probably merge at 13 or so. I think that's probably what I would have assumed, but obviously we know it's not happening. Hey, we don't know when the merge is. I think that's going to be interesting. It's also going to be interesting how big the jury is, because again, with the 18-person cast, like, does that mean that we're just like barely going to get a pre-jury? Like, we do know that the pre-jury went home, like, immediately, which is why there's like a lot of rumors out there about specific people that have that are all but confirmed to be pre-merge boots, based on social media activity and stuff. But
thank you, Lexi.
Again, like, it's weird that there's probably not going to be that many. I don't think. Like, I'll be surprised if we get more than like 4 pre-merge boots. Because like recently, again, we've had really big juries. IOI had a 14, or jury starting at 14. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that this season.
Have you ever heard of the lick test?
But it's gonna be weird if we only have like 4 rounds and then the merge. I don't know. I mean, this is a new era, so who knows? What do I think of the tribe names of 41? I'm too honest. Personally, I don't really care about the tribe names. I remember Uwa, right? What else was there? I think Uwa's the worst. Let's look this up real quick, if my fucking internet would work. And there we go. Uwa, Yase, Luvu. Luvu sounds like a name that we've already had. I'm pretty sure we've had Levu, right? Which again, they're really running out of names. But what Levu was it HHH? Yeah, that was the Heroes tribe. Then what, Yase, like, I feel like we've had like a similar name to that as well. And then Uwa is just like, what the fuck? Yeah, I feel like Uwa is actually too much. Like, it is fun to say Uwa though. Like, I feel like Uwa is probably gonna be even though it's ridiculous that we have a tribe name that's literally 2 letters. I feel like it should be fun. I really like the Uwa tribe actually. Looking at it, you got Jeannie, Ricard, Brad, JD, Chantel, Sarah. Well, that's a really good group. Again, really, this cast in general is really good. I feel like I feel like Yase is the tribe that I'm like least interested in. But even then, you have David. You have Evie or Evie. And I don't know about Eric, but again, like, that's even then, like, that's interesting. I feel like Luvu is a really. Yeah, Luvu has Nasir, Danny, Deshaun, Sydney. So that's all really great. Yeah, I'm excited for the season. It should be fun. Even though I very much worry with a lot of these new things that they're adding, but that's Survivor for you at this point. I still don't get why they're going in on this, making the conditions harder. I don't know why they would want that, but whatever. Seen trailer for Star Wars Visions? No, I have not. What is Star Wars Visions? Which one is that? Animated anthology series. Interesting. So I'm assuming it's on Disney Plus. Yeah, I'll be honest. I am not. I've never watched Clone Wars. I've never I never watched Mandalorian. I haven't watched. Well, obviously, I just mentioned I haven't had Disney Plus, but oh, it's coming out soon. Holy shit, it's coming out in like 2 weeks. But I'm sure it'll be interesting to hear about it. Again, I don't know if I'll watch it, and if I do, it'll be like way down the road. Never remember tribe names unless it's iconic. I used to know every tribe name. I don't know if I still do. Like I definitely, like when like probably like 5 years ago, I think, like during Millennials vs. Gen X was probably like the peak of me knowing like everything like Survivor trivia related. So like I knew like all tribe names. I knew every player first and last name, which too I think I still could do. It would take me a long time, but I think I still could probably do. But yeah, tribe names, no way I could fucking get tribe names anymore. Like there's no way you're gonna make me remember what fucking David versus Goliath's tribe names were. I actually like really can't even remember. What were their wait, no, Jabeni, right? Yeah, I can't think of the other two. I'm an idiot. I looked up David vs. Goliath, and obviously it doesn't come up with Survivor. Either way, it doesn't matter either way. But yeah, definitely.
Sounds stupid and kind of dangerous.
Recent tribes have not stuck to my mind.
It was considered generally safe on Earth.
You think more physical challenges would be transferred from International Survivor? Like onto Survivor 41? Probably not. I think for the most part 41... I think for the most part Survivor US tries to stay away from International. Like even though, yeah, we've like seen certain competitions here and there taken from international versions, I don't feel like...
She specialized in biotics research. Got her start in medicine.
They take that much inspiration most of the time.
AI and implants. They achieved so much.
And again, like they could change it up and make even the challenges more physical, but I don't know. I'm not seeing it super likely.
Proud of me. And then lived out their lives while I slept.
Yeah, like I don't think they'll make the challenges tougher. Yeah, like, wasn't there that thing that Jeff said that they're gonna have the like, that they're gonna have to like sacrifice for like everything they get or something, that like,
I'd be proud
like to get advantages they're also gonna just like take a disadvantage whenever that happens or something. I feel like I remember that being a thing.
I'm sure they knew that. Thank you, Ryder. I needed that. Anytime.
It's kind of funny, like at this point the game's like completely just background noise for me, where it's like I'm just like doing random shit and like I'm not even paying attention to what's going on. I get the running animation so bad. But I think if anything, I think they're more likely to take like advantages and like twist ideas from Australia or SA more so than competitions. Again, like we know that like they did take the bag holding one. I forgot what that's called, where like you passed over the bags and stuff, like that team endurance challenge. Like they have done that, but I don't think they've like really carried over many other challenges from international onto US. Like I feel like for the most part, John Kurhofer likes to do his own stuff, like whether that be good or bad. So I don't know, I'm not thinking they're going to take that many challenges. But again, in terms of like random advantages or like twists and stuff, I could definitely see that. like I would not be surprised if we eventually see like George's power from the first episode of Australian Survivor, where like he saves half the tribe. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually see that on Survivor US. I don't think it'll be like this season or next season. Actually, who knows? It might be at the merge. Like that could be a time to use it. But again, like we know that this season, next season are both going to be 3 tribes of 6, which again makes it very unlikely they're going to do a twist like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that at some point. Again, the idol that's the secret, like the idol that you can play in secret, I feel like that's something we'll definitely see. But again, in terms of competition, probably not. What was your most anticipated but disappointed season of Survivor? I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like the realistic answer is probably Winners at War. But it's like, it's not like I was that disappointed by it. I don't know. I mean, like, because, like, it's like, I don't know, it's tough. Maybe HHH, even though I like HHH. Because I love the cast of HHH coming into the season. But, I mean, like, maybe maybe Worlds Apart. Because, like, Probst was obviously really, really hyping it up. Oh, maybe Karen Moen, but I loved Karen Moen at the time. Again, like, Karen Moen was only the second season I watched live after I got back into Survivor, so it's like, I do have a level of reverence for it, but holy shit, it's past 3 o'clock in the morning. Holy fuck. Okay. I think we're going to end relatively soon. I didn't realize it was that late. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is with the Winners at War, it's like, at least Tony won. It's like, that's the thing that's like making me like stay away from it being like the for sure like most disappointing one. And like, I feel like Winners at War is a season that like, again, like obviously I was like kind of lukewarm on it at a time, like obviously mostly positive, but like still I had big negatives. And I feel like by the time I did my global season ranking, my opinion of it like dropped quite a bit in the process of making that video. But I feel like now, in the time since I made that video, which again was like probably like almost a year ago, or like 9 months ago or so, at this point, I think since then my opinion has kind of climbed back up to where it's probably like around the 10 to 15 range. I don't think it's top 10 still, but it's definitely like higher than, I don't even remember where I had it, but it was like probably like low teens or so. I don't remember anymore. Whatever. Either way, I think my opinion of it has gone up a bit over time. But again, like realistically, the answer probably is Winners at War. Because like, I mean, if we're looking at like Game Changers, like we knew Game Changers was gonna be mediocre. Second Chance kind of broke even with expectations. Again, Worlds Apart was probably a big one. I think Karen Moen would be a big one if, well, then we knew Karen Moen was going to be train wreck from seeing the cast. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not like a question I have like a super solid answer to. But yeah, all right. So where are we going in here? Again, I think we'll probably wrap things up pretty soon. Again, did not actually want to get past 3 o'clock. Basically, oh fuck, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I do have stuff going on tomorrow. I mean, I don't have to get up like super early or anything. I think I have to be out by noon. But didn't want to go too long. Is this where I'm going, or am I supposed to go out one more? Hey, there we go. This one. So yeah, next stream will probably be on Wednesday. This week my schedule kind of permits for me. Oh, I haven't talked about Big Brother. I just realized, yeah, I didn't even, yeah, okay, you just posted in chat too. Yeah, I just realized I never talked about it. How did I, like, never get around to talking about the double eviction? We're not getting a triple. Thank God. Like, what the, like, again, like, I feel pretty confident this was a last second change, by the way. No way they would have had a, It's so weird that we're gonna have a 1 hour double eviction followed by a 2 hour double eviction. I feel like 100% that we were gonna get triple until they were like, "Fuck, we're gonna miss out on the cookout blowing up." So they were like, "Nah, split it up," which is for the better. Again, I think 100% for the better. Yeah, I mean, it should be exciting. Again, I'll stream on Thursday. So we'll talk about it immediately afterwards. That should be some fun. I am going to miss out next week, though. I do work pretty late next Thursday, so we'll probably not have the opportunity to stream after that one, but what are you going to do? What was the most started good but ended? Oh, I'm trying to think, like, so what, the season, like, started the best, but then ended poorly? I feel like there should be, like, very easy answers, but, like, for some reason I'm just blanking. I mean, IOI is a good answer. Again, IOI pre-merge is really strong, and then, obviously, you have Dan. And then... Ghost Island, to a degree. But not really. I mean, even then, like, Ghost Island's pre-merge isn't, like... I want to do that at some point. I want to rank all the pre-merges. And I'll probably do post-merges, too, at that point. But, like, that's definitely something I would like to do. Why am I blanking? I feel like I'm just, like, completely blanking on, like, other seasons that have, like, really strong pre-merges. I'm Game Changers, to a degree. Poorly edited, but I mean, still, like, strong pre-merge. I'm sure there's a lot in terms of Survivor.
I would like to welcome our
Big Brother, I mean, I think the very clear answer for Big Brother is BB20. Like, one of the best, like...
We ask for patience as we find
oh yeah, I forgot about the Barners. Yeah, I mean, that was the final round of the pre-merge, so it's like kind of forgot about it.
Solarians live, and so does their dream.
Yeah, I mean, like, pre-merge of Game Changers, you have Tony for first 2 hours of the show. You have, and the Caleb boot's kind of just whatever, but then you have the Malcolm boot, you have the JT boot, even the Sandra boot, even though it's maybe not the most interesting thing in the world. Obviously a very notable event there.
Like Director Tan said, the dream lives. If we all
pull like together, BB20 pre-merge is
exactly
best Big Brother possibly ever. Again, like, it's like 5 of the best weeks of Big Brother all in a row. Like, you have Tyler flipping Caitlyn at the last second to get rid of Steve. You have the swaggy blindside. You have the level 6 saving Brett over Winston, blindsiding Falte, and then also pinning the vote onto Rockstar and all that stuff. What is this? You have, I mean, the Caitlyn round isn't as interesting, but, like, you still have, like, intrigue there for, like, Fessy and him using the veto, and you have Caitlyn the puzzle, and then you have Rachel's blindside, which I think is one of my favorite blindsides of all time. So, again, incredible I said pre-merge then, pre-jury, whatever we call it, Big Brother. But it very much slows down post jury. But even the first few rounds of jury aren't that bad. Like Bailey going home was pretty good. Rockstar, that was a pretty crazy round. Mainly again, both of those mainly because of the hacker twist, but still a lot of intrigue going on there. And then Fessy. But then after that, it does slow down. How many idol plays successfully for all? So you're saying, like, ranking all the idol plays? Which, actually, I never upgraded. Yeah, I never bothered upgrading her. Whatever, I really don't care. Actually, no. No, okay. Can I undo change? Yes? It's really mad. Like, I don't know why I'm even bothering. Oh, wait, I'm a fucking idiot. I just hit the wrong thing. Whatever. Back. Assign. No, wait, no, we already signed. Fuck this UI. Who the fuck decided on this? There we go. That was terrible. Is there only 33 successful idle plays in the US? That seems pretty low. Then again, I guess idols didn't, like, you couldn't really... Well, the first successful idle play wasn't until Fiji. Well, I mean, unless you're... No, I'm Gary. But... yeah. Yeah, I mean, this game does have a pretty intricate upgrade system. The problem is that it's like, again, like in this playthrough, I just don't care about it. I'm sure I did when I played it originally, but in this playthrough, it's like, I'm not going to bother that much. Because we're kind of just, at this point, we're kind of just rushing through the game. Oh my god, the frame rate. I think it's bouncing out a bit. Okay, whatever. Either way, again, we're going to end stream pretty soon. Yeah, I didn't realize US only had 33 successful idle plays. That seems really low. Considering we've had, I guess it's over one idle play a season. But still seems low. But, like, International has 26. Like, how many seasons of International are there? There's only, like, 18, right? And even that, most of them didn't have idols. Because, well, only 5 Australian seasons had idols. Only 5 SA seasons? Or 6? Oh, no, it's 6 Australian, too, because I didn't count Brains vs. Brawn. So it's 12. No UK. Then... New Zealand... I forgot, New Zealand, Nicaragua, did they have idols on New Zealand, Nicaragua? No, right? So yeah, that's like an average of 2 successful idol plays a season. That's kind of ridiculous. Dang it, I feel like Australian definitely floats that, right? Yeah, like, again, like we just had, 4 or 5 this season on Australia, and we had 3 on South Africa, so I think recently it really bloats it, but, you know, that does seem like a lot. Yeah, I have a feeling the team that made Andromeda is not going to get anywhere close to Mass Effect 4. Which, I doubt they've even started on at this point, right? Considering, they're still making Dragon Age. It's like, we're not seeing Mass Effect 4 for a very long time. But, yeah, I think we're good. Again, it's 3:30 in the morning. Definitely did not want to go that long here. But yeah, next stream will probably be on Wednesday. Again, normally I would stream tomorrow, but it's Labor Day, and I also have other stuff I'm doing, and I want to get certain work done on certain videos. So, probably will not stream tomorrow. Stream on Wednesday, stream on Thursday. And I think next week we'll go back to normal, though, of Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. But, yeah, that's it. Again, saying that I went over 3 hours when I started past midnight, but whatever. That's it for the stream. Thank you to everyone that's still here. Thank you guys for watching.